and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all social. French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. 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 Good morning to you and good morning to you lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. You are welcome to the news headline review right here on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right here we dive into the relevant stories making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. And I am your host, Ruth Esinam Fiagbedu, and joining me this morning is Miss Debbie Adoso and Miss Regina Bless, who'll be diving into the issues this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Miss Debbie?
The grace is sufficient.
We bless God. Miss Regina?
I'm fine. Hope you're also fine.
I'm good. I like your lipopo.
Thank you.
Your lipopo. Yes. Today they'll be reading the budget. And we are just hoping that the minority wouldn't stage a walkout again. And then later on come and say that they didn't hear anything, they didn't present any documents whatsoever. But in all of this, what are your expectations for this particular budget reading for 2026? Miss Debbie.
Well, for me, I'm hoping nothing but the best. The finance minister earlier promised that this next year's budget will entail much more of creating more jobs for the youth. And that is what everyone is looking up to. And as well as the stabilization of the cedi and the dollar reflected in the daily lives of the people. So we went out and we spoke to some people and they told us that although the cedi to the dollar has been stabilized on paper, not in the market.
Right.
Because now that the cedi has been stabilized, they don't used to buy their stuffs as they used to. So those times where we felt like things were very hard, according to them, there was money in the system and people were coming to purchase their goods. And some person even said, a day, 600. But today that the cedi is stabilized, no one is even coming. We were there when somebody came to ask of trial.
Yes.
And then the panic point. For me, I feel like it's not as if they don't like the trial, but so the city is stabilized, but then we want to feel it. Although we are feeling it a bit, but it's not that much.
It's not that
I wouldn't say that when the city was stabilized, we didn't feel it. We felt it when transport fares were decreased, although some drivers are not actually following the rules, and then some things have reduced, but then it should be more, because if the cedi to a dollar as it stands now, it's getting to a single digit. By now we should be buying things at a lesser price, not what we are seeing. So I feel there is more to do.
There's more to do. Right. Miss Regina, what are your expectations for the budget?
Okay, so my expectations, I think Atufosin said there will be no more new taxes but more jobs ahead. And as it stands now, I would say half of the youth, or 90% of the youth, are unemployed. Because looking at what happened at EWAC, you could tell say a lot of people are just home doing nothing. So they should create more job opportunities for the youth, and that should be the major concern in regards to the budget reading.
Right. So you can equally send in your expectation for the budget reading today in our comment section on Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, on YouTube at GhanaTalks Radio as well. Let's get interactive. Right, moving on to the news items on board this morning. Mahama launches Nkoko Nkete Nkete initiative to revive poultry sector and strengthen food security. President John Dramani Mahama has launched the Nkoko Nkete Nkete initiative, a nationwide program aimed at transforming household poultry production and revitalizing Ghana's poultry industry. The initiative, launched in Kumasi on Wednesday, forms part of the government's broader Feed Ghana program, which seeks to achieve food self-sufficiency, promote agricultural transformation, and improve livelihoods across the country. President Mahama described the program as a bold and practical national movement focused on improving women, empowering youth, and vulnerable households to become active participants in food production. He said, "This is more than just a government intervention. It is a courageous step towards restoring food self-sufficiency, strengthening household resilience, and fostering sustainable livelihoods for tens of thousands of Ghanaians." Highlighting the urgency of the initiative, President Mahama lamented the decline of Ghana's once vibrant poultry sector, which continues to face challenges such as high feed costs, limited access to improved breeds, and heavy dependency on imports. He revealed that in 2023 alone, Ghana spent over $350 billion on poultry imports, a situation he described as a drain on foreign exchange and a mixed opportunity for local farmers. The Nkoko Nkete Nkete initiative is expected to provide training, credit support, hatchery infrastructure, and market linkages to poultry farmers nationwide, with the goal of making locally produced chicken more affordable and competitive. Yes. So yesterday, the Nkoko Nkete Nkete initiative was launched, and this initiative is expected to provide training, credit support, hatchery infrastructure, and market linkages to poultry farmers nationwide, with a goal of making locally produced chicken more affordable and more competitive. Right. So do you think that bringing this particular initiative on board is going to, help reduce the import of frozen foods, or let me say chicken? Ms. Debbie.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to help, because even looking in the statement, it says that we spend over 350 million in importing poultry produce into the country, which means that at the end of the day, the farmers or the people in this country that are into poultry rearing actually go or run a loss, because you breed this birds, and then they come out with eggs, and then these eggs are not being patronized by the people. How do you expect these farmers to gain something, or to gain something on what they do? And then I feel like we import almost everything in this country, and that is very bad on the side of people or Ghanaians who do same in the country. So bringing out this Nkoko Nkete Nkete initiative is to encourage these farmers who are into rearing birds, and also to source them. It's not only about bringing out the initiative, but I've also learned that they are going to source them, give them the hands, give some of these farmers hands, and also source them with some stipend or or incentives or something very small to source whatever they are doing. So I feel like it's very good and it's going to help her. But the only problem is when they become so many, we get a lot of them, and then if only I don't know whether, yes, eggs go bad when they stay for so long without being patronized or being eaten. It goes bad. So we've had instances where farmers, like those who are into peasants, rice, complain that they have more produce on board, but they are not getting buyers to buy them. And then the people or the customers they have are saying that they buy more from outside than here. And according to the farmer, when you buy a bag of rice from them, you can get like you know those traders that buy a bag, they sell it in the olonka, you can say olonka, like in bits.
Yes.
So according to the farmer, when you want to measure it with that olonka I'm talking about, you will get like 50. But then when you buy a bag from outside the country, you are getting like 30. So when you compare these two, it means that even ours have more profit. You are going to gain more as a trader. But it's because we are used to eating the import rice, and so we don't feel this much taste for the local one. And so like it's going bad. That is why I felt happy when I saw that the government was exporting some of the rice and also ordering the Ministry of Education to ensure that the free senior high school students are being fed with our local rice. So this initiative is very good. But how well are we going to maintain it? For how long?
For how long
are we going to maintain it? Do we have industries that are going to preserve this eggs? Because mind you, we cannot finish it alone. We also need to start exporting some of this eggs outside the country. We have to make good use of it. That is why the government is bringing it on board. It's not only for the consumption of Ghanaians, but also to export it out there so the country can also gain revenue. So one thing I'll tell the government is that while he's trying his best, and then the initiative is a good one, but it shouldn't be like the same song these peasant farmers are singing, that they are doing their best, because the government has purchased a hectares of land for those peasant farmers to farm on, so that we can make good use of our local produce. But now that the produce are coming, the buyers are not coming. So what is the essence? So I feel like there shouldn't be a glut of eggs, because when there is a glut of eggs, that means we've overproduced it, and now it has now become a burden and a loss to us as Ghanaians. So I feel like the government should also pay attention to that. But in all, the initiative is good.
But why do you think that Ghanaians or citizens wouldn't patronize these local ones that is being produced right here in our country, but would rather like to buy false akoko? Why?
Well, the only thing I can say is that growing up, they've always made us know that anything from the foreign world coming in is far better than what we have here. And then they also made us feel that when you eat anything foreign, it tastes so nice than what we taste here. And that is because I feel like the people in the Western world, they are open. They have everything that makes them produce the right goods. We do not have those things here, and so I would say we are trying our best. Although some of us are not making it good. You see, let's take our things that are done in Ghana. We will start the things so nice, and when we now say you don't even know how, whether they are not getting enough money to continue with what they are doing. I cannot tell. I want to cite some example, but I don't have evidence. So there are some brands that came on board. Let me use Kivo. When Kivo came, Kivo pepper was so hot. Now go and buy Kivo pepper and see it has different taste altogether. And the pepper, the texture of the pepper looks some way. The color and everything looks some way. So we start the thing on a nice note, but then when you get somewhere else, I feel like we are deviating from what we are doing. So to change all this narrative, we have to start enjoying our own meal. When we enjoy it, we will preach good about it to other people to also purchase it. But when we don't enjoy it and then we preach bad about it, how do we expect people from all over the world to come importing what we have in Ghana?
In Ghana, right. Miss Gina, how do let's avoid mentioning brands, yeah. Right. How do you think this initiative is going to help reduce the dependency on imported frozen foods such as the chicken?
Okay, so Ghana spent huge sums of money just to import frozen chicken into the country. And I would say the demand for abontin or the other imported chicken is of high demand than what we rear here. Nkoko Nkete initiative, I would say it was already in existence, just that now a name by, because people have poultry farms where they rear these chickens at a very tender age, no many. But we call markets here, I don't know which is more expensive, but when you go to the market, I think the local ones are very expensive compared to the poultry derby. Akoko Fos. And then also na the no. What the yellow soup na unya fufu. It's very nice. And if you akoko no so ede. But adding dodo meaning eduana ya mo de man kokono, but you be fan sa. So looking at what I'm saying, Ghana spends huge sums of money just to import these chickens into the country for us to eat. So why not channel that money into Nkoko Nkete? And it's a great initiative. I always say when it comes to Ghana with their policies there, it's very good. Their policies are very good. But that is implementation, how they will effectively implement it. Now, it's a very good initiative because it will reduce the dependency on imported chicken. And it will also boost the sales for these local farmers. I saw a video just recently where one farmer was really lamenting, say in Kosia crates, they are not buying it, they are not purchasing it. It's just the end. Warehouse now Kosia Gumun is very plenty. And as Debbie was saying, the heat. So if you've studied, most of the times when you go and buy the egg of crate, you take it home within 1 week. Obe pine Kosia na ye watery. A heat na say no, which is not supposed to be like that. Nanka ni papema, the way the demand is high for this imported chicken, it should also be like that for the local ones. And then they are more hachi and then you just go, you purchase it. This I wouldn't talk about branding because this really has nothing to do with branding. We are local rice, and our local rice now they become handsome. The last time I ate some local rice, and your friend na ye danka, you don't feel any taste. And when I chawa, just like that.
Yeah,
no,
natural
nothing.
rice is like that. Razor, see what's also.
Oh, like nothing. A yungum perfume rice
Yeah, so when you mix it with the perfume, like the one from the Western world, it tastes nice.
Yes, sounds so I say na yankasano yenji hundi. Now we need to ask ourselves a quite ben so that these rice farmers don't make sure that their rice also comes out like the Western world. They also need to concentrate on that. So today, Nkoko Nkete initiative, it's a very good thing to create more jobs, and it will help people set up businesses for themselves.
Right.
Me training in say you can even start poultry farm at your backyard. Just that you read. It needs education because there are certain things that these chickens are not supposed to eat, and there are certain vaccines I also omo bird flu basaya, how you maintain it, how you make sure that this bird or this nkoko they are well ni na so ka ho. And also omunim say akoko no mo ton akoko ne yare mo nton Ghana happen akoko yare ho akpa no meku akoko no mare
no more. Yes, why
you don't even know what is wrong with the akoko.
What was the cause of death? You
so
don't know.
Most of the times when you do Christmas and we go to market, the way I'm scared of the life akoko because so akoko so that
no bird flu
because me feche akoko no akoko be over na oye no konse na akakoto so obere
ochina mewu.
Oh, but aside that, it's a great initiative, and they need to
initiative.
make sure that they should concentrate on it, and the youth also should indulge in it. And yet they be an obenya office work aye.
Right.
These little ones are the one even fetching more money than the 9 to 5.
Right. So the youth jump onto the initiative. Then koko nkete. If you start with at least 5 young koko, don't worry. As time goes on, you get plenty.
Yes,
koko.
because they'll
Produce. They'll cross. Right. Moving on to our next story. Minority demands suspension of Bafo Boni's confirmation over pending legal challenges. The minority in Parliament is calling for the immediate suspension of the confirmation process for acting Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo Boni, citing ongoing legal challenges surrounding the removal of former Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. In a strongly worded statement released in Accra on Wednesday, the minority accused Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayeni and Justice Bafo Boni of deliberately manipulating the judicial process to fast-track the nominee's approval as substantive Chief Justice. The statement signed by the minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin alleged that the Attorney General has refused to file defense in all 7 pending court cases contesting the legality of Justice Tokonu's removal, a move they say is part of a calculated strategy to delay judicial proceedings until Parliament confirms Justice Bafo Boni. The minority further raised concerns about the conflict of interest, noting that Justice Bafo Boni previously presided over a Supreme Court panel that declined to halt Justice Tokonu's removal, a ruling from which he now stands to benefit. They also accused him of failing to advance any of the constitutional cases since assuming the role of active Chief Justice. The minority warned that proceeding with the vetting under such conditions would undermine judicial ethics, erode public confidence, and make Parliament complicit in institutional manipulation. The caucus therefore reiterated its demand that Justice Bafo Boni's confirmation be suspended until the court deliver judgment on the pending suit relating to Justice Tokonu's removal. The statement read and concluded by the minority: "This is not a matter of partisanship, but of principle. Confirming the nominee under these conditions would erode public trust and violate the constitutional separation of powers." So this is coming from the minority, that they should halt the confirmation of acting Chief Justice Paul Bafo Boni. Mr. B, what can you say to this? Do you think is this what's the conditions being laid out is actually concrete enough to halt his confirmation?
Well, the law is the law. So long as you have something to do with that, I feel like we should go according to that. But looking at what the minority are doing of late, then I keep asking myself, what is it for? I feel like they are doing too much, in as much as, yes, the law is the law and we are supposed to follow that. If you are appointing someone to them, maybe the person have a case in court that needs to be dealt with. I feel like we should deal with that first before going ahead. But if Parliament should go ahead to vet this person, then it automatically means that they are trying to convey to her that whatever is in court has to do with the CJ, the former CJ's case that is in court. And they also brought an allegation that the current nominee also have an issue in court pending, whatever. And so when they go ahead to vet this person, as much as the case is still in court, then it means that it's of no use. That is clearly what they are trying to convey to us. Because you minority are making a claim that the former CJ still have a case pending in court, and the current CJ nominee also have a case. I think they said he was engaged in a Safwa versus somebody case like that, also in court. And so the person, the Chief Justice nominee, is not eligible to be vetted and even becoming the Chief Justice replacing Tokonu. So if after all this claim, they still go ahead to vet the person, then it means that whatever you are holding against him holds no water. That is what they are trying to convey to us. So I don't understand why the minority is making this issue a whole lot. Although I know that even the current CJ nominee also problem on
FM because I heard a statement he made about Atai, and I'm like,
yesterday we spoke
like,
about it.
Take it to your grave.
This man is equal to Tokonu.
Hey, because that's injustice.
Yes.
If for your own personal gain, you say
can
that
tell somebody 70 years.
70. Are you
then
serious?
It means you even do more than Tokonu. Serious. You will do worse
for your own personal interest.
Yes, you will do worse. We understand the fact that sometimes we arrest serial killers, and then when they are being released, we are scared because who judge now what they are saying? You are number one target. Most of them, when they come out, they are not coming out as a changed person. You might not see him engaging in it, but they have network around. You might be scared, and I know the current CJ nominee is not the only person who have done this.
Yeah.
I know lots of judges have done that for their own personal safety and then the safety of their family. But this thing is something that there are some secrets that you will die with it.
Hey,
you cannot tell your mother. You cannot tell your father. It is between you and God. Oh, what can I say?
What can I say?
Like, how will you even start? So that secret there, you will die with it. There is no way you expose that. There are certain things you don't say it. So long as you know that you are forgiving yourself and God has forgiven you, there is no need in mentioning or like pinning or pointing at it again. And as a whole way, the minority are trying everything possible so you don't get that position as the CJ. So you are not supposed to push yourself into their trap. Now, or he doesn't see anything wrong with it. And then I saw the audience is also laughing. But on him, before yesterday, I saw the minority raising an issue on that. And they said
and I
someone
saw
like this is not capable to be a CJ. And they are right.
And I saw some lawyers also saying that they should reopen Atai's case.
Yes. With what he said, that man will... I don't know whether Atai is still in jail or...
Yes, he's still in jail. I learned he's now a Pentecostal pastor today.
Hey!
Yes, in jail. I don't know if you watched this prison series with one man on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that man.
Right.
Ombe. See, we have people who uses God as a face cover. And behind that face cover, they do other things. But see, what we are trying to say is that as a CJ nominee, all eyes are on you. Whatever you say, even if you cough, it will be taken by the media. So you need to be very, very careful with your utterances. You don't say that. Where I'm saying he is not the only person who is doing this, but or the no one could shame. They'll use him as an scapegoat.
Right.
If it will be possible, the government should just lay him off and bring another person.
Right, Miss Regina.
Yeah.
Should Parliament wait for the outcome of the pending cases before confirming the CJ?
Okay. Say ebanum yankasa me personal layman knowledge. I would
POV,
say yes,
my
point of view. I would say that yes, they need to wait for the confirmation or the final verdict of the removal of the Chief Justice Tokonu before they go ahead to accept another person. To what we know that they followed due process and Omujino. And TCCiano, I think Bafoboni should still remain as the acting CJ till further notice, till the result comes out. And the results neighbor who say, oh, she was fairly removed or she was sabotaged or something, then we know what to do. But as it stands now, on Nankasas there be say one kasa who bonded wo be Chief Justice no eyenko free him na wasa kwakotina ho wo de wan no kokotwea akaka asem enye se wo kan. I wanted to say something. In the midst of chaos, in the midst of your happiness, in the midst of your sadness, you really need to be mindful of your words.
Right.
With what he said, from my point of view, he was happy.
Over happy.
He was over happy because Chief Justice.
And
majority
leader
because majority leader was really backing him, going boot for boot with the minority leader. Now, penny toto. Penny to sell.
We beg.
Wakakots now haka same way. And as you are saying, they need to reopen Atai's case.
Yes.
Because to us, we know that he's a notorious criminal. Ebiampana to sell, Ebiane ye dino, and Amana ye criminal. Atai say. Because ye time no na ye nim dia no ye. Tetefon na no mu nim dia na oye. So they should reopen his case first of all and make sure say omu investigating ye. The last time I was reading through the comments and one person said he even deserves life imprisonment. I was like, the politicians are there. They don't deserve life imprisonment. Now
Look at that.
we are there.
Look
They are
at
money
that.
10 years and now.
You didn't hear. One person went to rob a then US diplomat with toy gun.
Ah, yeah. 10 years.
jailed him
10 years.
They jailed him 10 years.
So to me, they should investigate it well before they appoint him as CJ.
And they should wait
Yeah.
for the pending cases,
Exactly.
looking at the issues surrounding him.
Say if he can say this, then it means what they are accusing him of. He can do
Yeah.
it,
He
and
can
he can
do
do
it.
worse.
Right. Moving on. NPP Youth Wing calls for probe into LWAC military recruitment tragedy. The National Youth Wing of the New Patriotic Party is demanding a full-scale investigation into the tragic stampede at the LWAC Sports Stadium in Accra, which left 6 people dead during a Ghana Air Force recruitment exercise. In a statement signed by National Youth Organizer Salam Mustafa, the group described the incident as deeply unfortunate and called on the caretaker Minister of Defense, Dr. Keselato Forson, to immediately launch a thorough inquiry into what led to the deadly chaos. This is very unfortunate and should not be happening in this present era of advanced technology, the statement said. We are disturbed by videos trending on social media showing thousands of young Ghanaians struggling to go through and stand at advantageous positions. The NPP Youth Wing raised serious concerns about the level of preparation and crowd control measures during the exercise. The question why applicants were not badged and whether security personnel on duty handled the situation properly. The group lamented that young Ghanaians simply seeking opportunities to serve their country ended up losing their lives in the process. The statement concluded with a message of sympathy and solidarity, extending condolences to the bereaved families and wishing the injured a speedy recovery. Just like how you've gotten a job. Oh, they've told you that, oh, you have qualified, you've gone through your CV, but we want to have an interview with you. And then you go and then you don't come back again. That is so sad. Do you think that this is actually something that could have been avoided in the first place?
It can be avoided 100%, because looking at the rate at which a lot of youth went there, and youth are very energetic and vibrant. Some people went as far as even climbing the walls just to have access inside.
Standing
Yes.
on the wall.
Exactly.
That should tell you how desperate they are for the
They
job.
are for the job because they are just home doing nothing. They are just depending on what their family can provide at that time. And imagine you being in an African home where they are feeding you. Who trouble to cry? You are making noise. So this is a tragedy they could have avoided. Honestly, in everything we do, it needs organization. You need to organize these people very well. I think is it Cape Coast? I saw them. They were lined up in badges, and it was so nice. Where a woman say most people are also hurt there, but we didn't hear of any death there.
Yeah.
Accra Hankwa, 6 people, and the way people are presenting the thing as if 6 people, no, they are nothing.
They are nothing.
And 6 people pet. This morning I was listening to one news on one popular FM station, and the presenter was like, "And go for 6 penny," and I was like, "Jesus." 6 pair or some the pair as or so.
Even if it is one, it's something.
And one mother in parliament was there saying, it is the will of God.
It
It
was
is
their
their time to die.
die.
God forgive her. I wonder if she's really a mother. She's not a mother. This is their time to die. Dying this kind of way is their time to die. running over people is their time to die.
I think that woman needs to come out and apologize to
Also,
their family and to everyone.
It's bad
Because it's bad.
I was like, so you just imagine you are in the position of that
the mother.
Would you stand there to say it's their time to die? I think she's a Muslim, if I'm not mistaken. You know, Muslims, they take things
Slightly.
as it is. And yes, slightly, like they know that it is the will of God, so they accept it. I have one woman at our place. She's married to a Muslim, and for the past 20 years, she's married. She has not given birth. And I asked her, I said, "Ain't you on can? We saw make say in Jamanyame, and it's true, mun Jamanyame. But when it comes to a Christian, you know they'll go extra length.
Fertility hospital.
Me say." But you don't stand on that ground because of your belief and say what she said. It's very insensitive of her. So this thing, I wanted to say they shouldn't investigate because investigation is being built.
Calling for the probe. I was wondering,
what are they investigating?
What are they going to investigate?
But they need to investigate it. They should.
Right. Miss Debbie, what are some of the measures you think that the security, which is the Ghana Armed Forces, could have actually put in place to avoid such a number? Was it that they didn't know that these are the number of people that are coming, or when they saw the crowd, they couldn't do anything to mobilize the people there?
They know, they are aware.
Right.
Because this is a platform that was open to everyone in Ghana, like across all the 16 regions. So I believe we have people coming all over from the northern region, from the Volta region, from the eastern region. No, even the northern region, I think their own was at Tamale. Then Greater Accra, people around this will go to Greater Accra, and then from the Cape, that's a central region.
The whole of Greater Accra.
You go to Elwak, then the whole of Central will go to Cape Coast, then the whole of Tamale, Northern will go to Tamale. So it's like the capital
Greater
town.
Accra.
Kaswa
is part of Accra.
No, Kaswa is in Central region. Kaswa is in Central region.
Greater. Then people.
Kaswa is in Central, not Accra.
But sorry to interrupt you. When him say for the doors, so why don't you do it in batches?
Exactly.
Send
my point.
Information to some particular people. You say 100 people a day. Then you send it to them. No more, then the next day you send another information to the next batch. Then they'll come. But the whole of Accra,
yes, the whole of Accra, and that is what they've been doing every year. Yes, every year they recruit people, so that is what they've been doing every year. So I feel like, yes, they have to give maybe a number. Maybe this year we are taking only 50 people, or maybe only 100 people. So we need maybe 200 people. Then you bring guards to ensure, because people went there as early as 2 a.m.
2 a.m. And 2 a.m. according to
them. So I believe some people slept there.
So you saw this immediately. Then maybe you divide the people maybe into three.
A lot of people.
These people will take care of you today. Maybe the rest of the people can come this day. So as they lodge all those people there, were they really sure that they will be able to attend to everybody?
But
look at that.
They already have in mind. No, even as you are talking, people who will be recruited have already been recruited. Yes, and you understand. But this is not something new. It is not something new at all. It's something we've been seeing happening in Ghana.
So this is actually something
it's not new.
That could have been avoided.
Oh yes, 100%, 100% avoided.
It's so sad. Well,
one person say, President, we plead with the government to allow us do body screaming.
Body screaming. That should tell you how people are
eager
and ready to work in the armed forces. Anyway, right. Thank you so much for joining us in the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Virginia Bless.
Today in history, 1918, WAFD party formed. Egyptian nationalist leader Saad Zaghloul and colleagues formalized the WAFD delegation as a vehicle for representing Egypt's demands to the British. The party would become central to Egypt's nationalist movement, paving the way for the 1919 revolution and eventual partial independence from British rule. It marks a key moment in African anti-colonial politics and the rise of organized nationalist parties. The date of a key shake-up in Morocco, 1963. In Morocco, King Hassan II appointed a civilian Prime Minister Ahmed Banini, the first since 1960, signaling a shift in Morocco's government and its relationships with Western countries. This event reflects post-colonial statecraft in Africa and the internal political realignment that many African nations underwent in the 1960s. To some few observances, World Kindness Day, a day to highlight and promote the power of kindness, good deeds, and positive social interaction across boundaries of race, religion, politics, and geography. This day, 13th November each year, it was introduced by the World Kindness Movement in 1998. It encourages individuals and communities worldwide to perform acts of kindness and create a culture of compassion. Lastly, World Usability Day, a global event dedicated to promoting user-friendly design, accessibility, and making everyday products, services, and systems useful for all. Observed each year on the second Thursday of November. In 2025, that falls on this day. It started in 2005 by the User Experience Professionals Association, formerly Usability Professionals Association, as a way to raise awareness of usability issues globally, especially relevant in tech, education, public services, and other sectors where usability impacts user experience, inclusion, and efficiency. And that's all for today on Today in History, some observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. As she read, today's World Kindness Day. Make sure you be kind to somebody out there.
Be kind to me.
Yes, I promise I'll be kind to you. Miss Debbie, please be kind. Be kind to somebody. And as being kind to somebody today, my lunch and breakfast is on you.
It's on who?
You.
It's you.
Whoever grabbed it, just be kind. Right, let's have Debbie's Grill.
Welcome to Davis Grill, where we talk about issues that matters to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Ghana Armed Forces has suspended 8 ongoing military recruitment exercise at the Elwak Sports Stadium in Accra until further notice following a deadly stampede that claimed 6 lives on Wednesday, November 12th. The decision, according to the Ghana Armed Forces, was taken to ensure the safety and proper coordination of the recruitment process going forward. The stampede occurred after thousands of young Ghanaians thronged the stadium in a desperate bid to enlist into the Ghana Armed Forces. The large crowd, coupled with intense jostling at entry point, led to chaos, resulting in multiple injuries and fatalities. The military confirmed that 6 fatalities had been recorded after 28 people were rushed to the 37 military hospital for treatment. 5 more are in the intensive care unit ICU and 12 remain in fairly critical condition. The tragic incident happened amid an extended recruitment period announced by the Ghana Armed Forces. The exercise, originally scheduled to close on October 31st, was extended by 1 week following technical challenges on the recruitment portal. So I think this is the order of the day. This is something that is so trending that everyone is speaking to. Now, this should tell us how unemployment has become so serious in Ghana. Looking at the people, the number of youth who gathered at Elwak yesterday. Looking at the number of people who were present at Cape Coast yesterday, looking at the number of people who were present at Tamale, should tell you that we have a lot of unemployed graduates walking about in the country, trying every possible means to survive. I'm not sure we will have a lot of people gathering at Elwak yesterday if they have something to do. If they have a job, something that is fetching them much, something that can feed them and still be able to feed their families. And unemployment, as we keep saying, it's not something that should be stated on paper alone. That people need to feel it. And that is why when this current administration said the number one thing they want to achieve is to create jobs, the youth were happy. They were very, very happy. And they gave them the nod. We don't want it to be that 9-day wonder where we experience people saying that they've created 3.6 million jobs on paper. Whereas when you get on ground, there is nothing to show. We have graduates walking about aimlessly, as if they are useless, but they are not. They've gone to school, studied so hard, had their degree, had their masters, and they are walking around. And they've now become a liability to the same parents who tried every possible means to make them who they want to be. But the system is not favoring us. The system is not doing their best to help the youth. In this current era of technology, why should you allow this number of people dry themselves under the sun because they need to be recruited? Once we have technology, with technology you can even recruit people within a twinkle of an eye, within a second. And then we let this youth packed as if sardine. And it was sad. To the extent that we lost 6 people. Why? Why? Because they needed a job. It's not funny. Because you will be questioned one day. That is what you promised to do. Why didn't you do it? If people should die as a result of they taking a step to be employed or to be recruited, then it means our leaders have a lot of questions to answer. They have a lot of questions to answer. And the question everybody kept asking, why are they all running to the military? Maybe, as someone would say, that is the only lucrative job they feel like they can do. I can personally tell you that I have colleagues in other professions who wants to be a soldier, who want to be a migration officer, a fire service personnel, but they don't have anyone to connect them. And so they just have to divert their career. And sometimes they'll call and tell you that, I'm thinking of quitting my job and then going in for something I want because I don't really feel what I'm doing. But how do you get there when you don't have protocol? When you don't have anyone to list your name? And sometimes these people, they pay. They pay. They pay huge sums of money to these people and still they are not being recruited. And it's happening everywhere in all institutions. We see this. When a government institution wants to recruit people, the people working there themselves have already recruited their own people. And then they've left the Ghanaians out there. And because you don't have anyone to stand in for you, you don't have anyone to lobby for you, you will dry yourself under the sun. And they went there as early as 2. I'm sure some people went there like 12. And I'm sure some people slept there. Because a lot of them may be coming from a place that is far. They're coming from places that are so far. And so the best thing they can do is just to sleep there so that they will be recruited. And I'm sure some of them did not even eat because they want to be employed. Do you know how it feels like when you are done with school, you are not employed? Like Do you understand them? I'm sure our leaders do not really understand the youth when they're talking about unemployment. They don't, because some of them, immediately you are done with school, the work is already waiting for you. Immediately you are done with school, whether you've passed, whether you don't pass. And that is why sometimes we meet people in school and then we feel like they are so unserious. But trust me, where he or she is coming from, the work is already hanging, waiting for him to finish, waiting for her to finish. So whether you pass or whether you don't pass, though, immediately you are done, shoot, push you there. But someone who struggled, and most of these people did not even get people to sponsor them. They sponsored themselves through education. And after they've gone through all this trauma, only to finish and then there is no work to do. So then what is the essence? But that is your duty. As the government, that is your duty. Is to create more jobs for the people. If we feel like we cannot create more jobs for the people, then discourage them to stop going to school and then engage it in something else. Because it was sad. Very, very, very sad. 6 people. Imagine you being in the house and then they call you. What happened? Your daughter is dead. How? Everyone wants to survive. And trust me, the youth nowadays don't want to be a liability. Everybody wants to be an asset. And some of the youth, when you listen to them talk, you will cry. You will cry because they are trying everything possible to change home. And then only for you to be down and there is nothing for you to do. And then you just have to dive yourself into something unsuitable because you want to earn a living. Why are we being so wicked? We always preach about digitalization, technology, AI, whatever. We can as well, there can be a system. You can be in your house and still be recruited. Then times when you have to go to school to take admission. Now when you go to the school's portal, you can, the only thing you have to do is when you report to school, you go and see whoever it's mandatory for you to meet. And then you fill the necessary questions, and that is it. But the rest you do it on your phone before you even get on campus. That is how it is being done. It is not then times where you have to travel all the way from the north to Accra, go to the school, be walking up and down here and then, and sometimes they don't even pick you. But now it's not like that. We can equally do same. And I can mention a lot of countries who are recruiting people based on technology. Russia is doing one, US is doing one, Brazil, they are doing it. United Kingdom, they are doing it. Are they different from us? Their color might be different, but we have blood. They have blood too. If we claim to be learning from them, then we should also learn this. God will not drop from heaven and tell you this. We should be able to set things straight. Now, the innocent souls that are there, who do we blame? Definitely, it is the government we will blame, because who are we going to blame? It is the government we will blame. Because, as everyone is saying, this is something that can be avoided. We could avoid this. But we didn't. And it's so wicked when you know perfectly in your heart that this person, I'm not going to help you, but I just want to deceive you. You come. You didn't even think about their safety. And then they dry themselves under the sun. Of late, even more money, we don't even dry it like that. And then human being. It's sad. It should tell us that there is a lot to do. There is a lot to do. And so we'll keep hammering on how to solve unemployment. How to solve unemployment. When I saw the number, I was like, yay! So it means all these people they need to be employed. They want employment, like they want to be employed in the security service. So that should tell you an estimate of the number of youths we have around that are not yet employed into the various sectors they want to be. You know, some of them who went in for the recruitment yesterday, it's not as if they're not being employed. They are doing something else, but that is what they want to do. It's just like you want to be a doctor, or you want to be fine. You wanted to be a doctor, but you don't have money to go straight up because of one thing or the other. So you want to go in for general nursing. After you are done with general nursing, then you get your CERTI, then you further up, maybe a physician assistant. Then from there, to achieve what you want to do. So please, to the government, there is a lot to do. A lot to do. A lot. They shouldn't happen again. They shouldn't reoccur in the future. We should solve it now and work towards that. Those who have died should be a reckoning to us that we need to wake up from our slumber and do the right thing. If this should happen in the near future, then we are not ready to learn. We are not ready to improve. And as usual, the citizens and the youth will also be so much disappointed in the government if at the end of the day they also fail to fulfill their promise. Thank you for making time with me on the script.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. This should be a wake-up call that we should do things right and avoid the avoidable if it can be avoided. Right. Thank you so much for joining me on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be coming up with the main discussion. Please stick and stay with us.
To amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, Health Minister seeks advisory board's help to tackle healthcare challenges. Christian Health Association of Ghana Executive Director pledges to tackle rising non-communicable diseases in the country. Security and Exchange Commission to enforce local ownership law for multinational companies. Yendi traders pin hopes on budget for price relief. In related news, drivers threaten 20% fare hike over spare parts shortages. These and many more coming up your way shortly.
Talks Radio, number 1.
The Minister of Health, Kwabena Mintah Kandor, has tasked the newly inaugurated Ministerial Advisory Board to provide impartial advice to help the ministry address healthcare challenges. This move is part of the government effort to strengthen the healthcare system and ensure that citizens have access to quality medical services. The Advisory Board's input is expected to be crucial in shaping the country's healthcare policies and improving the overall health outcomes for Ghanaians.
Distinguished members, as you begin your work, I urge you to embrace the principles of teamwork, harmony, and shared purpose. The challenges before us, from health workforce shortages and infrastructure gaps to emerging disease burdens, require coordinated and forward-looking solutions.
This is GhanaTalks.
The successes of this board will depend not only on the brilliance of its members, but on their ability to work together with mutual respect, objectivity, and unity of purpose. Let us therefore commit to working in concert towards the ministry's strategic priorities: strengthening health systems, expanding access to quality care, advancing digital health innovations, and ensuring that no Ghanaian is left behind in our quest for better health outcomes. In closing, I express my profound appreciation to all members of this board for accepting this national call to serve. I'm confident that through your wisdom, dedication, and collaboration, the advisory board will provide the guidance needed to translate policy into lasting impact and strengthen the foundations of Ghana's health system for generations to come.
In related news, Dr. Peter Kwame Yeboah, Executive Director of the Christian Health Association of Ghana and member of the Ministerial Advisory Board of the Ministry of Health, has affirmed the board's assurance to prioritize addressing the increase in cases of non-communicable diseases. As a seasoned health professional with expertise in health policy planning, healthcare financing and community-based primary health care, Dr. Yeboah is well positioned to drive the initiative. His appointment as Executive Director reflects his commitment to improving Ghana's healthcare system. Dr. Yeboah's leadership will focus on promoting creative and holistic healthcare institutions across the country. He has also emphasized the significance of collaboration and partnership to ensure quality healthcare delivery. This development comes as Ghana faces a growing burden of non-communicable diseases, increasingly becoming a major public health concern. Dr. Yeboah's assurance is expected to bring hope to Ghanaians seeking effective solutions to this pressing health issue.
Of the life and safety issues that it require, and ultimately to improve service delivery, which is the ultimate the end point, the outcome that all of us expect. So our role basically is to strengthen our health system, health system of Ghana, in service provision, in financing, regulation, so that health outcomes will improve, and to address emerging health conditions like non-communicable diseases, which account for probably the highest cause of OPD attendance, morbidity and mortality. I think we have an opportunity to change the narrative of the entire health sector and to look collectively at how service provision will be anchored on disease prevention, health promotion, treatment, rehabilitation, palliative and holistic health service delivery, so that we have a health system that meets our collective health needs and promote the health and well-being of the country that we have. I think
the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) is set to enforce a law requiring multinational companies to offload part of their businesses to Ghanaians. This move is part of the government effort to ensure local benefit from foreign investment and promote economic growth. According to report, foreign businesses operating in Ghana may be required to code 30% of their enterprise to Ghanaians, with existing companies expected to give up part of their interest to locals over time. This proposal is part of the Revised Investment Act currently being considered by Cabinet, aiming to promote indigenization and increase local participation in the economy.
I feel so. Your companies here from multinational companies in telecommunication, in mining, petroleum, oil and gas. Yamra no chire say we are do baby, you must offload a certain part of the ownership of the company to Ghanaians. Na Ghana force nya faso company nim. Until very soon we are going to force a lot of the enforcement no but no can reforms are sec ye enti sec ye be enforce say dey no enche companies no especially foreign companies now in mining, oil and gas and coal. No, say a company no say company did a number of years. And sana what to me say ye take you over no. Your share books and your companies are or more due to satisfy that requirement. And we are going to encourage them. We've opened up some of the conversations, and we are going to encourage them to list. We don't ask them to list all. The law mandates that they offload a certain part or a certain percentage of the company to Ghanaians, so that Ghanaians can invest also in the company, so that the Ghanaians can also reap the benefits of those companies. So we are going to enforce all those requirements as well.
Traders in India are eagerly awaiting today's budget presentation, hoping for a reduction in prices of goods and services. Despite the recent decline in inflation, the cost of living remains high, but optimistic the budget will bring relief. The finance minister is expected to present the 2026 budget statement and economic policy to Parliament today, November 13th. Although the government's effort to stabilize the economy seems to be bearing fruit, with traders reporting increased customer spending and reduced prices for some goods, others are hoping the budget will address the high cost of living and provide some respite.
My expectation of this year's budget is that though inflation has reduced, but prices of goods are not coming down. Suppliers are still hold on to the fact that those goods they have or the stock they have were old stock, and for that matter prices, they don't reduce prices for us, and that replicate what we also do here. Here we are doing wholesales of plastic rubber bags, so once the prices hasn't reduced and then we also buy at high price, we are compelled to still sell at the same price. And then my expectation, in addition to what I have said, is that there should be more job opportunity for the youth in this year, because many people have complete universities, or there are so many graduates in the system who does not have jobs.
For the budget, we expect something coming from the government, because they told us their manifesto, what they were doing, but really, we are really seeing some changes in the government, but we really expect more from them, because the government mechanisms, I think they are not making a follow-up to see whether when inflation is down.
While some Ghanaians express hope in the 2026 budget, the Concerned Drivers Association is cautioning of a 20% transport fare increase if the finance minister fails to address the crippling shortages of spare parts. Drivers have been struggling with rising operational costs, including escalating engine oil prices and vehicle spare parts, making it unsustainable to maintain current fares. The association's National Public Relations Officer, Kweku Boateng, expressed frustration, lamenting the continued surge in expenses has made fare adjustments unavoidable. The proposed hike is set to take effect soon, pending government intervention.
Your budget in Okomokola, and now we who say wako takra ni Cape Coast. Yamani mo ye who be die fine, but answer na economy ni be you know ejina dava for so. Then so but dollar confirm more than 1 year ni. Aboso kan for say ohun kita monti jam. Gearbox a omampani na na do mreso. Ni aton aya vet gearbox ni aton 4,000 and now ko beton 6,500. Sprinter alternator near 700 and now got 1,000. CSC can't get be abana beto electricity so watu insu so onu yankasa insurance watum onu yankasa roadways watum uko register car watum divela top charges in them yentime won say dollar no say ne man enkana na transport so untimi nya transport untimi nya maintenance and this is any man nyina guso koso na wakọ market to market yesre ne say aka 2 days pay omo modra so bekwa boso kan na wakọ bisa boso kan kokompe Kumasi magazine ni omo ehunu say adaba fo so ye no so ye bre because dollar ni ehunu ho hwe say enya petrol nka ye transport egu ye nim say omanpanyin abai na ko be bibi di aboa ye enso auto bus ASCC ani ayalolo wako won ko hwe won cars asa egu o enya hwio so obe maintain cars ne keke bus na ne boy ten enka dollar no enti ye say ye papa atu force enne ni o kine ya wa me anti en ho nka ewo aboso kan kokompe Kumasi magazine na say ode budget ne ba e ante hwe won a eda ya wona si ante a Friday obeti da ba fonka 2021 no 6 December no ye atwa ya nkwaduma say ye ante atwa ye beto from about 20% enti omo hu say wakọ akobisa na say ne ma na nkofram a bronyan Ghana fo hu say ye ne won bedi ne nwunwen enye dedede so
aboso kan fo say mom tam ko si dabe aba we ba afoforo so mo si ye mom 6 months no mfenye de efen to mo ye madada na wo ho ya 6 months ni sisi yo how many months 10 months me wa okay yate eno enyina ho enne mi gina ho aka kire aban omampani mahama se ade esi wo Kumasi no omma bi sida na se ebisi bioma obeti enka o ma sojafo akwachichi driver for say omu lodu short ayam bi ampachi o mebo aba no bai wama driver for car obai wame ate e lol so yankasa light we ye 1 city yankasa busa say obai no wame e car ayam bi a ochichi position driver for o ma ye bi wame ye bi wani driver for bi anhia enso omu ye campaign omu be station omu ne eto nsadidi enne ba bi edun say driver follow do short wa mo di soja for kochi om edu anu ma me traffic Kumasi driver ni timi load what tran to so 3 hours asan wa kodu wa anya se obeda no nya 6 na se bi ebisi bi ma wa di soja for car ene ya banka ni police for car ebe dey ebe sa workers dia ko djuma ma de ebe se ka tire say nye pass ni nya ba cash no na suspect pass boy edin no ko shops cash ni na go shops nti wo mi aboso kai for kasa na dollar na ba form mo so ni ma na mra form se ba driver for cars access shops no so mu kwa boso ka manya scatter papers no e dey acquisition mu ka etia why e be cars clear so so.
The youth of Shidiem in Ghana's Ahafo region have denied involvement in the recent attack of the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat Task Force, Environmental Protection Agency officials and journalists. The attack, which occurred on November 1st at Bronikrom, has sparked widespread condemnation. The Shidiem Youth Association, led by Chairman Kwejo Entry, has stated that the perpetrators were not from their community, rather illegal miners from nearby areas who had escaped arrest and sought revenge. The association has expressed willingness to cooperate with the Ghana Police Service to identify and bring the attackers to justice. Although the attack has created fear among residents, the Ghana Armed Forces and Police Service have launched a joint operation to apprehend those responsible, with hundreds of arrests made in dawn raids across the Ashanti, Volta and Ahafo regions.
As a man for the person, omode hidiem, hidiem di jimbone. And you beri come see ye. And omode nipa na omo ba hidiem. It no hidiem mabunu, and yes ade no. And until you aflem wa. Na ye person ma Ghana for nyina hu say. And you hidiem police station, and omode omo ba ye. And until and am hidiem di jimbone. Na no hidiem mabunu, and yes ade no. Na omo ye adwuma ewo ho no hidiem nibia no say adwuma wi o say wakase hidiem nibia ru na sesi ye no sa de ntino hidiem mabunu e da to mo so abo mutunu po say omo trase mo bi emfa o mudi ene hidiem di ama ye na mo beli bi eche hidiem di bole eti efi mo ekoi ayam no hidiem youth chairman me magana for you ati asia promise Ghana for say say who say obi ye galam say ana obi person ye galam say so ye hidiem So you them this year. And now dear, you have penny. Amanaye. I'm not moving the picture. I'm going to read him. Oh, better read him. I'm not moving the better read him. I'm for the day. I say, never say, you know, I'm Guasiano. I'm Guasiano. I quite chilly. I know you made that. And that, but my catcher say, wasn't for Bossy. Women, I'm the obi adare man fo ko adare o mo se yabo so dani na mbese se mo mesere mo se ena mo so da fo na nai na sebedo zo mo hinka ese
we are pleading on the government say ohu ye mobo say na ye nka ho ba anya besi wo hwidie mu no de edin na asen they say edin na to atese say hwidie youth association edin sanse money no ba ye sere mo enye yen ti ye hwidie mfo ba sin de enum hwe boys na musu je for man yo mo hwe they say de hwe na ho bi de adwuma bi ba na say adwuma we be hwehwem say adwuma boni ya e man payimfo aso ate say papa de ya e man payimfo so aso ate na say so ya plan be say police force on precaution abusa on ba e wo yi o ma no say de see down no me da e be chechiro mu.
In business, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, has inaugurated an investor selection committee established by the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation under the guidance of the ministry. The committee is tasked with evaluating and recommending a strategic partner from proposals received for the Valco modernization project and the development of Ghana's first refinery. Delivering keynote address, Mr. Boa said the alumina refinery and Valco modernization represent cornerstone projects in Ghana's industrialization. Together, they demonstrate the country's commitment to moving from bauxite exporting economy to one that processes and adds value locally. He added that President Mohammed's reset agenda involves bold steps to integrate Ghana's aluminium value chain, starting with the Valco modernization and aluminium refinery project, a vision first championed by Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Mr. Boa noted that the GHADEC ongoing work to develop the integrated aluminium industry will transform the economy and create thousands of jobs for Ghanaians. According to the minister, the committee was carefully constituted to assess investor proposals and recommend partners who bring not only capital but also technology, technical expertise, local capacity building, environmentally responsible practices, and a shared commitment to Ghana's long-term development. The acting chief executive officer, Randolph Chumesi Ankra, reaffirmed the corporation's commitment to supporting the committee and its work. He noted the strong interest shown by reputable investors globally, describing it as a sign of growing investor confidence and President Mohammed's management of the economy. Mr. Boa assured that the selection process would be transparent, merit-based, and aligned with national interests, ensuring the protection of Ghana's land, minerals, and host communities. Ghana began pursuing an integrated aluminium industry several decades ago, but faced challenges including limited funding, inadequate power supply, and global market factors. The absence of a domestic refinery remains a key missing link in achieving full integration. Currently, Valco operates below capacity, producing about 40,000 tons of aluminium annually, far short of its installed capacity of 200,000 tons, and relies on imported aluminium from countries such as Jamaica. The planned refinery, the first in Ghana, aims to close the gap by refining local bauxite into alumina to supply a modernized Valco smelter. This, according to the ministry, will help retain more value within the national economy. Modernizing Valco, a strategic national asset, is expected to revitalize its operations and enhance efficiency, competitiveness, and sustainability. Together, the refinery and modernization project are expected to serve as the backbone for downstream aluminium manufacturing and broader industrial growth supported by power transport and logistics infrastructure. To sports, manager and representative of former Black Stars strikers Asamoah Gyan has dismissed circulating reports suggesting the former Black Stars midfielder Sule Muntari was arrested in Dubai. In an official statement shared on his X page, Anim Ado confirmed that Muntari is safe and currently residing in Dubai, where he is focused on his personal affairs and business activities. He urged the public to disregard the false report making rounds in sections of the media, stressing that the outlet responsible for spreading the misinformation must retract their statement and issue an apology. Anim Ado further cautioned that failure to do so will result in legal action by Muntari's lawyers. The post signed by Anim Ado on behalf of the player has since drawn attention, with many fans expressing relief over the clarification. The statement comes after earlier reports claimed that the ex-Black Stars midfielder had been arrested in Dubai, a development that has now been officially denied by Muntari's camp. Black Princesses head coach Charles Sampson says he is satisfied with the performance for his team despite surrendering their title. Ghana lost its title to Nigeria after 2 losses against the Falconet during the tournament in Benin. The Black Princesses played 4 games in the competition, winning both games against Benin and losing other 2 against Nigeria. Ghana's defeat saw them concede 6 goals while scoring just 1, while also scoring 4 goals in 2 games against the host country. Speaking after the game, Samsi gave an assessment of his team's performance. "I am very satisfied with many things, but a lack of concentration to concede a goal like this, of course, is hard to take in. But the purpose of coming here is also to see certain things about us that we need to develop, and also to see how we handle different situations," he said. Ghana won the first edition of the tournament, which was staged in Kumasi 2 years ago, beating Nigeria in the final. And showbiz, gospel musician promoter Ninoy has revealed one of the creative strategies gospel artists use to promote their songs. In an interview, he said some gospel musicians rely on church choirs to popularize their song within the congregation. Explaining the process, Ninoy, who is also the host, said artist managers and the musicians themselves often liaise with choir directors to introduce new songs during church services. He further explained that gospel musicians also use both traditional and digital strategies for their music promotion, although they are now at the understanding stage. With that being said, artist manager Nana Poku Ashes has also urged young musicians to step out of their comfort zone and embrace growth, noting that both time and music continue to evolve. He said young artists must constantly prove themselves to stay relevant in the ever-changing music industry. Using Samini as an example, Nana Poku praised the musicians' evolution and professionalism over the years. He added he's now migrated from the young Samini running around boy to a very level-headed man. These are some of the things that we want to see and want to encourage our young ones to evolve because time and music evolves. Nana Poku also advised upcoming artists to develop and strengthen their niche in the industry. He further encouraged Samini's team to help him explore new creative directions. And that is how we end this on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to all social media platforms at GhanaTalks Radio for more news update. I am Deborah Adorso. Thank you for making time with me. Do have a good morning.
GhanaTalks Radio, #1. GhanaTalks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Every occasion demands the company of good music that fits the purpose. At GTR Sounds, we understand your need to create just the right atmosphere for your wedding or engagement, party, funeral, crusade, political campaign or rally, or just any other event, as well as executive and corporate functions. With our modern and high-quality spinning machines, mixers, microphones, and power amplifiers, binary speakers, and subs, we offer the highest of sound quality and music play at events and functions. At GTR Sounds, we have a team of seasoned and highly experienced sound engineers who understand just the right choice of music for your event. Locate our studios at Aponchi Hotel in Anya or call our numbers 054-8522-897 or 027-3363-973. You can also reach via our email sounds@GhanaTalksRadio.com. At GTR Sounds, we take care of your event.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice. A good morning to you, wherever you are listening to us and watching us from. It's another Thursday morning where we come on your airwaves and share with you some of the most interesting and intellectual, enlightening conversations you can have in the capital of Ghana, Accra, in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio as well. And this morning I'm blessed to have with me Mr. Dubi Stevens, who is our social commentator, a political analyst as well. And later on the show we will have the NPP's Maxwell join us. The NDC's communicator wasn't able to make it due to some unforeseen circumstances, but we promise to do diligence to whatever needs to be done on the show, even without his presence. Steve.
Yes, sir.
It's been ages. Oh.
Yes, it's been over a month since we met.
Yeah. But how has things been?
Oh, things has been well. I hope things has been good with you.
I mean, we can complain once we have life. Some say we have everything. So,
we thank God.
We thank God. We have Maxwell join us right away as the show was about to.
He's in all black.
I know why he's in all black.
Okay.
I mean, I know his agenda. with the black. But you know, I even support that agenda. Whatever agenda you do today, I'm supporting you.
I'm not here for you.
You are not here for
a very good morning to you, Mr. Man.
Good morning to you too, Mazo.
I'm not here for any agenda. I'm here as a patriotic citizen.
Okay.
Someone who has gonna attack.
That's fine. That's nice. But Steve.
Yes, sir.
I think yesterday you mentioned something that you wanted to address a little bit, which is in relation to the vetting of the newly appointed CJ, who is yet to be, confirmed, whether he will be confirmed or not. I mean, the minority says that they are not in support of it, but what do you really have to say about the vetting, the procedures, and how things are turning out?
Well, I wouldn't just want to start from just the vetting. I would want to start from the issues preceding the vetting, which is the notice of motion the minority served on Parliament, and the reasons in the notice of motion. See, we play a lot in this country. Everything becomes politics. So sometimes we tend to throw away common sense and then just do the usual politics, which is very, very, very bad.
Okay.
We've had 2 electoral petitions.
Yeah.
Not lie.
Sure.
And in those petitions, none of them, no court injuncted us from swearing in the president.
Right? Okay.
We still went ahead, sworn in the president, and then went ahead to mitigate the issues in court.
Okay.
Now lie. You remember this man, Jachikwesen, his issues. What happened? They said they should do what? He's no longer an MP, right?
Yeah.
His issues were in court. Did that stop us from doing the by-elections? What about there was this other
issue,
famous MP2. For him, the Supreme Court said that it wasn't fair that his people would go without having an MP in their constituency. You remember that issue? I've forgotten the name of the MP. He was an NPP MP.
Okay.
So with this background that I've just given, which is the 2012 presidential election petition, the 2020 own, and today, we say the executive and then the legislature are equal arms of government, right?
Sure.
In the adentina, say executive no de samoa. Yankasa, we shouldn't have president until the issues are resolved. Now, CJ Chief Justice no so de sema yanko resolving something you know say about having Chief Justice. How does that work? And we want to make this an issue. You see, let's remind the politicians. They are not there for their political parties. So let's make this clear. You cannot crunch wrong. When you get an appointment, when you get a leadership role, you are not there for your political party. Yes, you stood on the wings of your political party to get there, but it is not the reason why you are there. You are there for the Ghanaian people. Afenyo Markin is not the MP for NPP people in Efutu. He's MP for Ghanaians in Efutu. Mahama Ayarega is not MP for NDC in Boko. He's MP for the people of Boko, including people who voted. Even Jehovah's Witnesses will still call them their MPs. So if you go there, you should put the interest of the Ghanaian people first. It shouldn't be, and my party have taken this stance, and I'll follow it. I believe this person supports my party, so if they are doing this to the person, whether it's lawful or not, I'll fight against it. I hear people talk about beaches. Article 146 is the constitutional provision that removed the CJ, the former CJ. They should tell me which article, the portion of that article that has been breached.
Okay.
I hear people say, oh, natural justice, fairness. When she went to the poor man committee, did she complain that they didn't allow her to talk or make her case? Did they tell her not to call a witness that she was supposed to call? No. But when you now bring the poor man committee into an arena where you can punch them without them having an opportunity to explain themselves, then you yourself, you are doing the same thing you are accusing the Justice Poor Man Committee of doing. Was it they were not fair to talk on me? Oma mata kono an kanasem.
Yeah.
Once all the oma ko tena ba bia omuntimi nka ono masem. And the basana, are you not living a double standard? Are you not living by double standards? That's what you're doing. This whole brouhaha could have been avoided.
Okay.
Yeah, wahana 2017 near there. The common phrase near T3 MPP politicians are you go to court. Meboa. That's the common phrase. Who a problem or man will not raise here. Go to court. Now court. And then Afenyo can say on court. Obekwa ko ye the politics or parliament. Obekwa ko ye ni argument or parliament. Last me ba ha motion no asem ba. I think Esinam was hosting. I said it here. Say Afenyo Markin no say motion now more person mo ye no. Speaker cry admit it will not go through.
Okay.
But what he's trying to do is just find avenue to make unsubstantiated argument claims just for it to be captured on record.
Okay.
And the one yes opportunity no or plenary no mono and what the bar your friend is saying committee one opportunity or committee no was release a letter. Na not me we na didn't one release letter na nwi ankwatana ho anvete you know. You see Ghana for and omo kaso omo nkotana ho nya ne ya na omo ye no.
Okay.
In this circumstance, allowances are on beje or appointment committee in so no. It wasn't. We are not going to pay them those allowances because they are there to do an MPP NDC bidding. We are paying them allowances on that committee because they are asking questions on behalf of us.
Okay.
What do I say? So that whole thing.
You don't think it's needed?
It wasn't needed.
It wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, fairly noted. Mazo.
Don't worry.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
It's another day.
Very good one.
I see you are in black. Any particular reason for you to be in your black, or you just love black? It brings out your fair color.
It's not feel. I think the whole Ghana we are in a state of mourning, and as a patriotic citizen, also in a state of mourning as well. I would like to clarify one or two things my brother said about Afenyo Markins and the issue about the vetting of the CJ, which happened quite recently.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's fine. We all know that the people of parliament, so that's the members of parliament, are not there based on political party or political colors. They are there based on the interest of the layman Ghanaian. That's true.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't forget that the parliament is a room for debate. We debate, we argue, we come to a conclusion. That's what parliamentarians usually do. Whether it's a law, policy, nothing else comes on board. But in this case, it was a vetting, which is different from chamber proceedings. I really understand, but Afenyo Markin wasn't truly against. He was like, the nominee is a disputing nominee, which simply means that was his opening remark. Okay. If we all listen to what Afenyo Markin said, he was like, if you talk about dispute, it simply means something that's been challenged or there are misunderstanding about it. And truly, we all know that the CJ was being challenged. There is still misunderstanding about it.
Really? What is the challenge about it? Me, I don't know.
Some people submitted a petition to court. And they're still proceeding, everything was going on. So that doesn't remove the quotation that the dispute nominee.
Okay.
He's still a dispute nominee.
Okay.
So he decided that he's not still interested in it. If Afenyo Markin is not there, still the vetting could have happened, and truly it happened. Okay. So I don't really see anything bad he decided not to join based on one or two reasons, and his reason was also based on what factual.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't really see the reason behind saying whatever. He's not there based on MPP colors. He didn't even mention an MPP name in the vetting proceeding.
Right.
Nothing of that was mentioned.
Baba, let me ask this, Manso. Looking at how every single opportunity the NPP gets, they try to, in a way, defend the CG's the former CG's whole removal proceedings. Is it not, in a way, validating what people are saying that no, then probably the CG was an NPP bias?
Okay, sure, I get it. But we should bear in mind the Ghana Bar Association also got a letter that the CJ should remain. The UK Association also got a petition that the CJ
that UK Association, we can't really.
So I'm talking about it's not only NPP. It's not only NPP. Some civil organizations also brought their mouth into it that the CJ should remain. A lot of things. So we can't say because NPP are also supporting that doesn't mean that the quotation that's around. It's entirely true.
We have same at clarifying that there was no breach in constitutional proceedings.
So that's when democracy comes in.
Ask him who is the vice chairman for the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. Ask him.
I know.
You don't know. Gabi Ocherdako.
We are in a state of what? Democracy. So democracy doesn't prevent them from speaking.
I'm not saying that democracy should prevent anybody. I'm not saying they shouldn't speak. That's not the point. But if you want to tell me that it is not just the MPP people who are advocating for the reinstatement of Gertrude Tokono, I'll point to you that the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, their deputy chairperson or their deputy president is an MPP man. I'm coming.
Gabi has never aligned himself to NPP.
He's an MPP person. I beg. He's an MPP person.
Why?
The second one, Ghana Bar Association. Who is their president?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mrs. Efuagate. We've seen that woman with MPP flag all around her neck campaigning for MPP and Baumia. So if you say that MPP, it's not MPP fighting for the thing. What are you mean? What do you mean? The second point,
it's not just the president who decide. We should always bear in mind the president in his or her mandate has some absolute power, not 100% power. Okay. But the secretary are there, the treasurer, they are what? Executive body who comes to conclusion and bring out a letter.
Every institution
and the letter is not always signed by the president. The secretary, they all come together. So you can't tell me that maybe they are not MPP members. You think that maybe they are somehow aligned to the MPP members. That's fine. Okay. They are not MPP members. We should get our facts.
Every institution that calls somebody a president, the president has veto powers. Let me remind you of that thing. But that aside, let me clarify something here. Let me clarify some assertion he made. He said Afenyo Makin said the current CJ nominee, Bafo Boni, is disputed nominee. Is his nomination in dispute? Do you know what is in dispute? The removal of the former Chief Justice. That is what is in dispute. Not the nomination of Bafo Boni. Who is disputing that? Has anybody said Bafo Boni has committed a crime? What is the dispute? What is the dispute about Bafo Boni's nomination? Where is it?
It's not the nomination. He said the Chief Justice. It's a dispute nominee.
Okay.
How? No, you see,
and the person is someone who has been challenged.
Who has challenged the nomination of Bafo Boni? Who has challenged it?
Oh, but the minority has.
What's the challenge?
You see, I'm
coming. You see, they challenged it by way of motion.
So it was challenged.
That matter was.
Cool.
Would you agree with me if I tell you Akufo-Addo was a disputed president?
If he was challenged.
He was challenged in 2020. Would you agree with me?
That's fine.
He is the president because that matter was dealt with. Okay. And so the dispute was solved.
Okay.
After it was solved, fine.
But you can't say the person is disputed when the dispute has been solved.
People still have disagreement about it.
Nobody says you shouldn't have difference. I beg you. I'm coming. Nobody says you shouldn't have difference. But once your difference has been brought to the front burner, discussed and dealt with, There's no more dispute. Okay. Whether you like it or not, we've discussed it and agreed on that. This is the way to go. If you think you still have dispute, you cannot say that the issue is still disputed. Because what the was some about me can't be in the dispute be. And nobody has challenged Bafo Boni's nomination. So it is the removal of Tokono na challenge it.
All right. Okay, thank you there, gentlemen. I think since it's a developing matter, it's a developing issue, we will definitely revisit it in the near future on this platform. But for now, let's look at one of the reasons why you mentioned the entire state is in mourning, and as a patriotic citizen, you needed to represent in the mourning state. Yesterday, something happened that, the Ghana Armed Forces, the military released their forms for recruitment. Yesterday was the day scheduled for assessment and screening and all that. And according to reports, we had 6 people who died. We have several also injured. That's quite an unfortunate incident to happen. Looking at where we are as a country, in this stage, in this age, where people are struggling to find jobs to do, and then in their quest to get a job, they go and lose their lives. And the reports that the Ghana Armed Forces brought, that alone, saying that the stampede happened, the overcrowding happened because the numbers were beyond their... Who sold the forms to them? If you wanted to screen 500 people, just sell 500 forms, but you kept selling.
Is it around 20,000 applicants?
But Steve,
yes, sir.
This whole issue, I mean, niti ekosi na ye fafi ekosi.
You see, when I was coming this morning, I had a brief conversation with somebody, and then he also asked the same question. But when we want to go to the university, we buy forms.
Yeah.
And you'll be in the university gives admission
to.
And the military cannot preempt the number of qualified applicants that will buy the forms.
Okay.
In this, young fan is a nipa 10,000, and out of forms on the military, pay nipa 2,000 or more. The military cannot say, say you pay 2,000 and you release 2,000 forms. Now, what if you say, baby, actually, not one more apply, one more new forms on a toy and does not qualify?
Okay.
And sometimes a processes.
Yeah.
One by screening, now, or more and rano.
Yeah.
It will entail physical examination of nipana or apply. No. Say, porter no sono. Or say ne 10 you see.
Yeah.
Obedru on your share on the 10 years ampa. Or the wasi certificate we ne apply. Or the wasi certificate no bedru ye no. Eye no kre. Say wasi certificate no enye fake. Real.
Okay.
Or the website we ne apply enye forgery. These things must be done. Ya wasi yes anema we nyina. I hear people also say that you use technology. Technology cannot do the things I just told you.
Okay.
Technology no the be ne height. But I was one so do when you say nipa na ten to say send your year no technology this one.
Okay.
Certificate no the technology be uploaded. I was one so je physical copy no hard copy no say eyampa papa and also on one kwatena baby no ne cafe guys be kululu no mo print ma no ana. Womu free wa. See I see pay 2,000 or maton 10,000 forms. Into omu free hɔ a ebi a 10,000 no mu emu bɛyɛ 3,000 gone. Afei na yɛde wo kɔ medical screening. Yɛkɔhwɛ wo mogya mu. Ahwɛ wo adwen mu. Ahwɛ wo ani. Ahwɛ wo hearing. Ɛno nso no bɛyi nipa bɛɛ 4,000 na free. Na afei yɛbɛduru the final destination no. Na nipa dodoɔ na yɛpɛ no. Yenya.
You know, with this assertion, there shouldn't be a cap on the forms to be sold.
You see, Obia Benya, Nanko auto form na near fan. But entimin yes, sir, based on a Nema mediato to acquire. What I believe can happen and should happen is that was a armed forces no setting up recruitment desks at the various barracks.
Okay.
And this is sorry. Now we are secondary school. Now person come military. Then you go there with your necessary documents on quarter form bia. Who could do her near the document no. Na ya scan ya ye bibia de ato. Window no bia say e fa nipa na still wo age no da so wo mu a. Ni afre mo a mo call bar as co presenting mo ayi ni nyina say. Window na bie. Mo mra na enya mo. Screening and as a medical test. Omu wie a dodo a omo pe no e bia nipa dodo say na qualify for the screening no but sa batch we ye pe nipa say so the criteria we have to why they select sa nipa no no mo de afa nipa no mo de ko one by the following year say bia backlog ka chi no mo hwe backlog no na still a binu ye qualify no mo afa bi de aye den aka ho no mo de omo ye den eko. That's the best way we can deal with this situation. And I hear people say that even MPs was on a floor of parliament were saying, hey, it has to be decentralized. When I catch you say, Ghana have to be good work and run. Ghana have to be good work no.
Yeah, we saw that people.
Region by region.
Yeah.
For region here, omo de and cran phone kwa na work no. And cran phone kwa. And cran phone kwa. And na work no. And cran phone kwa. And so aban bia betwam ni aban bi wo ho mbeka chom say we created 1 million and 1 jobs. Wa ma meka say 30 million say bibi. And this you create 30 million jobs or my we man di won na nke gu e wa ka o mo ko peso ja akon. Adwuma ni o man num. Politicians no be bie adwuma papa mani pa no no de napko aba. De napko ba aboso me yensa no o pa mo so mo ko tena fi.
Ni akoko nketin.
And I said, what when I want getting our young, my own quarter a chance 6 months or military training because on Cocon who be here. Say me on Cocon, I mean, say me tongue Cocono, and Cosiana, mean 3,000 bosomia. Mean 3,000 Ghana cities bosomia. So the near country and 3,000 are pepe. Junior officer, near country and 3,000. And this a main corner number Mama or Uncle Camina, Metanasena, Maham and Cocono 3,000. Menye
50 February so 24-hour economy say abanka nipa bebebe ko
and na make no say politicians or mon kan okre enchire yen obi aka kire so ma bie 13 mama obi 13 million jobs obi so baka say me the way about onye you get it so they are underlining circumstances ni enema akwoso we nyina akwoso we nyina you see. And sometimes, as some way I may become very controversial, but meka. Enra dua ya wo mu ya enkwara nsia maye nsia wuye nyame fa mo currency ebia o kan nipa ewu nra ebeduru be over 200 ebi a courses of say wo manya proper medical health care medical care and I say wo ko hospital na mpani ho na wo mu wuye by sense no untimi make it political capital out of it ndi yente ho asem obi wo okọ wuram nra ma wo kọ ka no wanya antivenom ye de no kọ hospital wanya antivenom anwo amana wu eno hu hia Ghana fo you see say o start na person ye medical doctor o ya akwada na person ye medical doctor o ko school a onko sua science o free science a o ye science no secondary school wi a na wako a university no akọ medicine meboa Opa so pharmacist sa, opa so nurse sa, opa so radio presenter, journalist sa. Na adanti security institutions na de. Yes Oko school na no anya adwuma anya abe apply na ma won ko school from the beginning. We can institute curriculums in our secondary schools. Inti akra na o JSS o be tre BC ni nim se mi wi a me mani gi soja ho. Inti instead so oko wasting the time akọ general as ne ade no. Oko secondary school a no asua ne niema.
Tuto ne ade abobo hihye.
There be a horse time dey ntimi nkyere tuto. Ye be kyerɛ the what do you call it? The basics of peacekeeping ne security ne ho niema. Inti so free ho wi a o pass ho no wi a na afi ya be fa do kwa chance ne akɔ kyerɛ tuo no to. What you say? You bet me I sa niema we nyina.
Okay.
But san say yes sir. Politician bibi wo ba bi onya protocol list em fa nkɔgye nkwara no ho 110,000 enti. Yenye.
Okay.
Ni atena ho saa. Ni ye di yodium na nkora akwa koguo no mo. Imagine say nra obakɔ ho. Oba no muyo. But what you say enkwara nsia awu. How would you feel? Won't you ban nka and situation like that network kra be jame. Because nipa bebre akwa group o bia phone search for cell signal near there. Network be jam. Just imagine how the feeling is going to be. How you're going to feel just at that moment. Oba no muyo. But what you say oba no unim so oba no ko hobby.
And say going forward in the near future, just 2 minutes, what do you think we should do?
Outlining 2 reasons already. Yeah. I'm saying that they should have recruitment officers in the various barracks where the recruitment process will be year round.
Okay.
What is it? No more training.
Master. Okay. They want to say train to a certain time. They finish year term forms.
You see, the reason, one of the reasons why for this whole number of people there is every 2021 ebeka this year you are making the sale of forms public. Yeah, funny.
Really?
Yes.
Free
2021 up to now.
It's a lie. I'm having a friend who applied. I can call him on studio now. It's a lie.
It wasn't made public.
Should I call the person? It's a lie. It's a lie.
No, he's not saying people didn't apply. He's saying that they didn't make it public.
They bought it and they applied.
It was made public.
Public.
On this date, we are selling forms. Okay.
Pull an article from 2021 up to today. That shows that forms were made available online for people. Pull it. Don't call anybody. You are an NPP communicator. You are a young boy. People, a man for military da. Pull the article. Let us all read it. Okay. You see, say if you want to dispute it, but don't call me a liar or don't say what I'm saying is a lie. Because I'm telling you on authority, say from 2021 up to 2025, make it not public. And I also say publish it in the newspapers.
Okay.
Publish it in the newspapers. And to the people who wanted to apply from that period up to now couldn't apply. It now became protocol. No one had before 2024 elections. NDC MP for no SY or parliament say ya ma frɛ MP before na frɛ or more MPs. So among find nipa 15 and running for military. Now near was that thing made public? 2024 among for pass out from military. Forms non town dabeng. 2023 people passed out from military. Forms non town dabeng. More politicized I don't know me can I say me boy. Huh?
Show space now.
It was politicized. It was politicized.
Yeah. Okay. And I think he would have the platform to clarify that.
It was politicized. My kind was politicized. Now I'm an adult, so too much. And people who wanted to apply and didn't have the connections couldn't go. And deny
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I don't like saying this in public, but I know a lot about the security architecture in this country. when it comes to security matters, I'm not saying hearsay. No, been a me. Some of them I've heard them myself.
Okay. All right. Maswell.
Yes, please.
Do you want to clarify it first, or you want to make your
Let me
submission?
clarify it first.
Okay.
My network isn't running properly, but you can read this from what? Graphics.
Which
Graphics online. Yeah, I'll get to 30th October 2023, the closing date.
Okay.
Just read. My network now, it's 3G, it's not running properly.
Okay, 26 October 2023.
Just from where
Ghana
graphics.
Military Academy. Okay.
I just want to get, I just want to read it aloud for everybody to get to know by since the network is at 3G. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Easier. You can't just come to a studio and talk anyhow, blaming this whole issue. I think it should be far from politics.
Okay.
We are losing citizens. We are losing the good people of Ghanaians. Yeah, better not still making politics out of this issue here. It should be far from politics. If you want to play a political game about it, even the NDC MP, Siga, she came to parliament and told us that those 6 people who died, they were ordained to die. Let's just think about all this. But just imagine how the family are going to feel when they get to know, say, MP nature, say, those people who died at the plane crash, the state honored them. When they are just a normal citizen, so they are ordained to die. All these things are not fair. You can't be at this very studio and tell us that for the past 3-4 years, recruitment be online, which is totally false.
Okay.
Which is totally false. This from graphics online. They published it.
Okay.
Read what they published. Omari.
Yes, sir.
Take my phone, I just opened the 2023 that he's talking about. I'm not trying to catch you. The sale of Ghana Armed Forces military forms in 2023 is indicated by a Facebook post. Facebook post.
I'm not talking about a Facebook post. We are reading from graphics online. We are reading from graphics online. We are reading from the official website. You should get it. Normal Facebook post there. We have both NDC and MP communicators there trying to pull agenda. We are reading from the graphics. They are online post. We should get our test right. And
Emran is saying,
aside,
what are the laws about recruitment says? It says that you should publish it in the daily graphic.
We are reading from the graphics online.
Read it. You've not read anything. You are telling me we are. What have you read?
I want you to read it for your own sake.
No, read it yourself. What's it mean, boy? Read it for yourself.
The Ghana Armed Force 2023 enlistment into the military commence.
But I think that
the Ghana Armed Force military has commenced its 2023 enlistment process to. Okay, bring people to the enlistment. Let me read the whole. The portal for the application has been opened, has been activated. Hence, interested persons can log in here. The closing date for the online submission is 19th November 2023.
Okay.
I'm reading from.
And that's graphic online.
Graphics online. So you are trying to tell me that what they published was false or not. It wasn't false.
Okay.
Omari.
Yes, sir.
I just gave you.
We should
my
get our
phone.
facts right.
You read.
Let's not talk about Facebook. Facebook.
What I want us to establish is
this issue is far from politics.
What I want us to
the people are losing their life. You are coming to play political games about it. This issue is far from politics.
Forms were actually released. That's what I want us to understand.
Forms were actually released.
Maybe through the medium that could have gained publicity is what you have a problem with.
So what did I say?
You said forms was not released publicly, and here today published it publicly. We should get our facts.
So what did Omari just say? What did Omari just say?
Let's proceed.
No, what did Omari just say? What did Omari just say?
You are trying to say that the forms wasn't released publicly, and I've proved to you that Daily Graphics published it online, and they even published the closing date for the forms. Okay. You should get our facts very right. This whole issue is far from politics. We are in a country we are losing citizens. We are still trying to play political games about it. What the Pusiga MP said, it's fine. She thinks that they are ordained to die. Their family should be. I don't really know how their family, the deceased family are going to take it. But I'm trying to plead with them. They should forgive their MP. The MP, I think she didn't talk well. They should forgive him. They should forgive her. Far from this, the Ghana Armed Force Service, the Ghana Armed Force, there should be what? An outline procedures.
Okay.
You know that you have sold from 20,000 people.
Okay.
Accra, you know the number of people you should be expecting. And there should be certain guidelines and procedures. From an inside Accra, I learned they open the Wax Sports Stadium around 2 p.m. 2 p.m. The gates will open at 2 p.m. From which is not valid, which is not that confirmed, but from some people who went there, I was told that the stadium gate was open around 2 p.m. Let's just think about all this. Things like this shouldn't happen. There should be a laid down procedures. That's when Baumia comes in. The digitalization. I know medicals. Yeah. There are some part of it which could be done. Do you know that with your Ghana card we have a lot of information on your Ghana card. Mm-hmm. We have your height. Although that the NIO office certain things like this are overlooked. But you know that we have your height. We have some of your basic requirements on your Ghana card that even just a fingerprint can let us get some medical information about you.
Okay. Your
height, certain things about you. We could have get it.
But one thing about that is, let's say I issued my Ghana card 5 years ago. I wasn't having any health related issues. And then 2 years ago I developed something. If I should go and they just use what I had on my Ghana card.
I'm not saying the Ghana card should be entire. I said some medicals. I'm not saying entire. Okay. And even there are some aspect of it. It needs the human resource. Okay. Definitely like body checks, stretch marks, double piercing and stuff. We need the human resources to still be there. Okay. But digitalization could have even played some part, reducing the number of people who will come at a time.
Okay.
Maybe today the body selection. This particular people are supposed to come. This particular people are supposed to come.
Ghana have grouped them in the digital aspect. Okay.
Ghana as a country who is 58 years old, still we wait for something to happen before we take an action. Yes, the whole process yesterday after we lost 6 people, which was confirmed. Which some people are still complaining that it's more than 6. 5 people are in ICU. When you have been admitted at ICU, it's like 50-50 in intensive care unit there. I'm not saying that which is very bad. Sure. The country is far beyond all this process. It's far beyond this process. This whole issue, it's not about politics. It's not about politics.
Yeah, you repeating that again.
I'm telling you,
whether it's not about politics and finished and then brought in, that's where Baumia comes in. When you bring Baumia into the issue,
talking about
what are you doing? Haven't you
it's never late for us to still adopt what technology. We shouldn't play politics about.
So technology is about Baumia in this country now.
I'm not talking about. If you talk about
technology is about Baumia now.
If you talk about technology, the personality which comes to Ghanaian is Baumia.
Because he did what?
Because
he did what in the.
That's the perception that we have.
Because he did what?
So I'm.
Because Baumia did what?
Don't play politics.
No,
we should focus about Baumia. We should focus about.
But you brought Baumia. Did I mention Baumia when I was talking?
I'm talking about we should bring technology.
So what Baumia has to do? What has Baumia got to do with technology? What has Baumia got to do with technology?
That's just a pass through. We should get our facts right.
So what has Baumia got to do with technology? Help me with that part. So what has Baumia got to do with technology?
Ghana card.
Did he bring Ghana card?
Ghana card e-gate. I'm talking about Ghana card e-gate at airport.
So e-gate would have done what to these people? What would
I'm just talking about technology. Get your facts right. This is not about.
I'm not even saying any facts. You are the one who keeps saying that don't bring politics, don't make politics. But in your argument, you made it and summed it up into saying that if you have one political figure in office, we could have averted this. Is that not politics?
I didn't.
Is that not politics?
Get me right. Get me right.
I get you right. We are kasa na kano. Me brofo ni nyina te brofo na waka. Brofo ni enye Chinese na kasa me. Brofo na kan. O se my enfa politics mbam. E na kan wi nyina na akobo no say aha say na Baumia bam. Baumia no so a political figure. Ntu pa so chese ka Baumia wo officer. And I said, Baumia a president. We are seeing in Kenzi. Baumia time to nipa nya accident.
I'm talking about we should try to bring what technology into the system.
And that's where Baumia comes in.
If you talk about technology, the layman Ghanaians will still mention Baumia.
Because he did what?
I didn't mention.
No, it is you. The layman will not mention Baumia. The MPP guy, the lame MPP guy will mention Baumia. No reasonable Ghanaian will mention Baumia and attribute technology to him. What you say? Because
I want to agree with you.
You see,
far from that, the military should still try to strategize their way. Make sure that if they want to recruit people, we can't just recruit them to do their basic needs as in schooling system. I think they also have their plans, how they go about their things. You were talking about unemployment at the past. Unemployment at the past shouldn't be attributed to this debt. In Kofu, there are things and ways and a bit. Do you know that Saturday immigration, police, they are still opening from very soon. They'll be going for screening. Related to unemployment, what are we doing to solve the problem? That's what we are supposed to talk about it. What are we doing to solve it? It's not about unemployment was there. We are far beyond that. Now, what's the problem at hand? How are we going to do? What's the solution that we can bring aboard to help for such a thing should not happen in the nearby future? That's what we are supposed to talk about. Let's just forget about
unemployment.
You mentioned about unemployment.
Omari, don't you see unemployment as a factor of what happened yesterday?
The death of people.
Yes, don't you think unemployment is a factor of it?
It's a factor, but the main reason why we didn't plan well. So what are we doing? We are supposed to plan well.
So getting jobs for people is not part of planning anymore.
The government
are you saying that getting people work is not planning?
Promise that employment, three shifts within its first 120 days in office. We are not talking about that. That's the fine. But now, what are we doing to solve the problem at hand? That's what we are supposed to talk about. The government promises us each and every institution is going to have 3 human resources. That's running 3 shifts a day. We are not talking about that in its first 120 times. Now, what are we doing to solve the problem? That's what we are supposed to talk about. And let's forget how we are trying to maneuver our ways and doings. No.
Create jobs.
So what's the government?
Politicians should create jobs.
So what's the
they shouldn't come back. They shouldn't come and lie to us. That you created 13 million jobs. And there's still when you go to EWAC, people will be dying. Look at the jobs.
The government promised
where the 30
hours economy.
Where is the 30 million jobs? Where the 30 million jobs you created?
If the 30 million jobs is not there, if the 30 million jobs is there or not, the people of Ghanaians do not trust the NPP. Now we have handed power to the National Democratic Congress.
So because Ghana didn't trust you,
you
don't contest again.
What are they doing to us?
Were you not paid? You were paid. When you were in office, you were paid. So when we ask you for accountability, don't tell us we didn't trust you, so we voted you out.
No one is running from accountability.
Will you refund it? Are you going to refund the money? No, you won't. The fact that you decided not to refund the money, you cannot tell us not to ask you questions for your stewardship.
Let me tell Mr. Mary, we should get our fact right. You can't tell me that you won't provide the money if you are found guilty. If you are found guilty and you are not willing to provide the money, the law will definitely do with you. Get it right. You can't sit there and tell me that the people are not willing to refund the money. No, the national cathedral issue we were talking about the other time. All the money were approved through parliamentary proceedings. Then the Ministry of Finance.
Menka cathedral assemble. One worry go go three so that you see what ya for adwuma wa ha, right? You twa ka bosome. And you say ye adwuma we mayen. One bo na ba na say me ye adwuma metumi aya ama mo. Me boa. And now ye adwuma no a and now bere so ye. And you say adwuma no say na osi ye no ye ni nye ho. Ndiko na foforo mra. And now ko na foforo bae. And na foforo no bae no ensama ba. And ye ka se o mare betena ha no. And ko ye say and one nada I say why is ya problem ya foforo ba e o face nko face wo say yenyi wunni nti ne pam o mare nti o mare asem me nka biem
nti wa menche o mare
asem ne yenyan ka
new person about what is the new person also doing what oral thing to bring out all the loot scanner coin now who didn't neighbor
wakati ya nye loot o adwuma na ya fa say be ye etua aka no enye loot mama nka na say that is not loot. You see that was your earnings for a job we tax you to do. So if you didn't do the job right, we have every question to ask you. You have every right to ask you questions, even when you are retired and sitting in your house. You see? You see? We gave the NPP a mandate. We gave NPP a mandate.
Mention. You are trying
to give jobs.
They were paid. What they mention?
To give jobs. Build our economy in such a way that if you don't even have a job, you can build something small for yourself and survive on it. Jobs alone, jobs is not about employment. There's self-employment, which is also categorized as jobs. But in the end, when on crop for during elections, catch them some creating 30 million jobs. Womanka, me catch them and it's on my way. The youth of the of our population is 30%. And our created 30 million jobs. And yet they in a year sign for year recruitment for military. Womuko bufa so sa ewu. Me busa question was it me ni who can say me busa. I don't have the right to ask you because I voted you out. Does this make any sense? You see, as a number, one I was saying my fast in your politics. I started by addressing the issues and the challenges. I outlined reasons and answer solutions to the problems. Me ma two solutions to the problem. O kasa na solutions near na mai.
Solution mai ne said
what's the anything?
They should plan well.
Planning really a game.
Planning they can do it in budgets to
when you say planning,
it should not cause even now was stampeding and stampeding results as a result of what overcrowding and people are moving towards one direction. So the issue was what crowded. If they were to reduce the number of people, I acquire now like this morning that have happened.
And now we are now the we are saying senka baumia wa bamua.
I make I say Marcus Baumia. I said.
What's that is why Baumia comes in. So if
listen to me very well. Don't misquote me.
You see, if the Baumia comes in, why will Baumia come in? To be the president.
Baumia can be invited by the Ghana Armed Forces Service to bring certain ideas. That's fine. It doesn't mean that Baumia should enter.
When we invite in our Zimbabwe and Kubu economy, yeah, my man come Baumia. You see, let's talk about what. Let's talk about what. And Zimbabwe. You are bread on you good Hebrew. Don't bread no. You good Hebrew. And all the top bread back. What's it? You invited Baumia on quiet. If Zimbabwe for invited Baumia in 2009.
If I'm speaking
by 2013, no economy now collapsing.
Don't misquote what I'm saying.
I understand you are doing. Mizi, you want to do your MPP.
I'm not doing MPP politics.
And I understand the politician you know.
This issue is far from politics.
Politicians are winning.
What are we doing? That's what we are supposed to talk about now. The guy past year unemployment rate now. I'm sure MPP can offer our power. Why, Mama, yes, Mama, you do power. Aside the time, Mama for 6 years as a president. Aside this 11 months, 10 months, Mama been power for 6 years. You can't and Kukufodo has been power.
Also, only 1, 2, 3 kind. Only 6 years no cover free.
Mills 2 years plus 4 years. 6 years.
Mills or we have.
Let me get you.
Also, only 1, 2, 3 kind.
Okay, I think that it all boils down.
Mills 2012, and you about 2012. So how is this 6 years?
I think each one of you here stated factually and clearly that this issue should
3 months now Mahama did the president
shouldn't be politicized.
And
but that is the same lane we are towing now. So what I'm saying is this: I've gotten what you proposed. I have gotten what Marshall also proposed. I think that we should look at a much better way of, conducting this recruitment process. Because if we should continue this way, it is
Omari,
yes.
You see, all the points that he made about doing it in batches, makes sense. You understand?
Yeah.
His view on using technology makes sense. I've said that, but I've also said that technology cannot do everything in this process. Even the Ghana card, people lie and give false information. So you need physical verification for the information they present using technology.
Okay.
And if you want to say in batches, that one I agree with you. But when you say I shouldn't politicize the issue, which I haven't, now we are now say technology. That is where Baumia comes in now. What have you done?
Okay.
You see, let's credit each other. You see, let's credit each other for with level of reasoning. Say me betena ha asem na meka no ubetimi adidiusi and also betena ha asem na beka no me so betimi adidiusi but don't try to think to make it look like say wona wunim baby a kan asem no ko na me I cannot deduce to follow you there. You get it? So how can something in a now one now because say that's why Baumia comes in. Baumia comes in as who? Definitely he wants to be president. He will come in as president. And in inference, if Baumia was president, no, you said one can say that is why Baumia comes in.
I started. Get me right.
You said let's use the technology. That is where Baumia comes in. No, I say Baumia technology or Ghana then why? Now Ghana card. And I'm saying Ghana card no one and I will say I know then I cover E-gate. And I cover airport E-gate. Airport E-gate no. A bad day was a recruitment. A bad day. What would the airport E-gate no do?
If I'm speaking, get me right. I started from say they should do it in budgets, and they can involve what technology.
That is where Baumia comes in.
If they are involving technology, that's where Baumia comes in.
I didn't say that Baumia. They can invite Baumia. They can invite
Baumia. Oh yeah, expert in military recruitment and answer.
Not expert in who say me starting say me katapa. Don't misquote what I said.
Military for
I said
they have the lay down procedure on the year or madie.
Okay.
And the consultant Krano, they don't take consultant outside of the military settlement. Say military be for consultant on to advise them on strategical things. At times one tafa will be a why so the knee pain. Wako ako enhancing ne ngoma wonya suehunu foforo de aka military training na de man no mafa no. They won't just pick a consultant. They won't just call Baumia to come and do what?
Okay.
Na Baumia na no vice president and consultation papa ben no de man Akufo-Addo military na be friend so mo consultation.
Okay. All right. We spend much time on this, so let's look at the next topic for discussion, and that is the launch of the Nkoko Nkete initiative or policy, which happened yesterday. Why is Maso laughing? I mean, the Nkoko Nkete has been something that.
Entakrabo abang.
But Maso, Nkoko Nkete finally launched.
Now we were saying something about. I just wanted him to conclude about. He was saying, say, we provide a job, create. I just want to hear from that.
He wants to hear from me, but he doesn't know sitting down that or no MPP manifesto no. Okay. Your own manifesto, it was there. So have you read it? Have you read your own manifesto?
About
yes, about the about enhancing poultry production in Ghana. What kind?
Kind.
Oh, so what do you want to hear from me? Well, you have a similar document lying down there. You've not read it. On kind. And so let me. I catch him say me can't throw.
This project.
Yeah.
I don't even know say MJ or launch, you know, if you had time I would tell you know, Do you know the amount of money the government is investing in?
Tell me.
200 million Ghana cedis.
Okay.
200 million Ghana cedis. Because 200 million Ghana cedis, a layman Ghanaian won't understand. Yeah, but kind of 1 billion, so 2 trillion. 2 trillion. What can you see? And the government is investing.
It's an asset also.
Let's and do you know how our government in Sabines can? We are asking ourselves whether it's low or not. Whenever the government bring initiative, it should be an initiative which is going to benefit the country, because the country first. My division. Do you know something? We dividing my 10,000 beds to constituency level free. I don't even know whether you are aware of that. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
Constituency level, 10,000 cocoa free without getting any money back.
Okay.
And he was saying so, or empower. This one, yeah. I don't even know how we are going to get it back. Yeah. You were talking about egg crate and stuff. How many established poultry we are? Yeah, we're gonna have master.
Okay.
This issue, I didn't want to talk much about you. I just wanted to hear from you first. Then I'll get in the in depth about that.
You see, I'll help you. I'll make myself a reference, a research reference for you today. I don't like doing this. I don't like bullying. But from the way you are talking, it even tells me that you came here on this policy without any facts. And I say you have zero knowledge of economy. Unim shifa economy, how we grow economy. And you never say yeah, a man for and kuko free. Say ye be den yana back. Sana woka. Unim se, what you unim se enkuko no eye ye na omo ton a. What the quote just so cotton ye ma take it. Eje tax free wo. It is a way of recouping. Nanka nipa ni akokwa tax nka be danje. Nipa no wa amfa na kokko no ni kosua na ankodwa so ankoton a tax na awo je no nka be danya. Nipa no eton nkokko no wi a obenya sika de akwa koto sugar. Sugar no indirect tax da so. Unim se ebenya bi afiri ho. Nti wo se me nkasa ansan wo nya bi aka. Nti me kasa mo nya bi aka. And Kokon Ketenkete is a brilliant policy. Obi abeka tell say nya papa bia onim hu. Because MPP for manifesto no kra no ewom. Yes, on kan ye. Wa kan a nko onim. Enye ne edi kan ni a aban so poultry farmers. Asene. MPP be Boris B is a beneficiary of it. And run na Greek minister say sika na wom de so those big poultry farms no asene moma breso no sika no poultry farmers na enya ntua ye nti omo pe kwan a wom be fa so ama omo atua sika no enne wote ha na obusa me se kwan be so na fa so age sika na free wo no mo na mo de ma omo kwan be so na mfa so ge
you say this
na asem nkasa na nya asem kan tinya abotre mi wi na wonya asem aka enye sa no kan
okay.
And Kokon Ketenkete, we've been in this country. Ayekra and Kokonam poultry product over 3 billion a year. Dollars. 3 billion of Ghana cedis. So what's it?
3 billion. It's around 2 billion Ghana cedis.
Omari?
Yes, sir.
Have I ever shown you a proposal Maya on poultry? Okay, send me the BBC actually. A lot of research went into it.
Sure.
People who are far knowledgeable than you, I pay them to do that research. Don't argue with me on these things. $3 billion. Convert that into Ghana cedis. Now, for to say scanner our boy, you know. So that's 200 billion now. Convert $3 billion. Now who sika ubenya in cedis term. Now for compare say scanner. And 3 billion nya one of afibia zika yes sade kokra and kokofus e force the better now my we move. Imagine say yetimi are ramping up poultry production wo man we mu e na yenko Netherlands enko kra akoko adi 5 years yenko Canada enko kra akoko adi 6 years ene ye wi nkoko fresh e Ghana ha ya. We are saving ourselves forest, which is $3 billion, and also improving on our food quality. Because akoko what the chef freezer no more for that number of years now. E baba be do no nutrient na obe e wo mu no so ate. O my me bo aka chem se me bo.
Ampa.
And never we school. Afa na e bia wo your service and that's why your service awie. Se wo fitire ho no wo fie ho no space ho e na wo to na nye MPP sem na adokoro na wa adwen se wo pe bibia ye e na wakwa akogye nkokọ no 100 layers 100 abetena ho a nkosua crate na wo so sen nye 24 nkokọ 100 no so obi a to da ba ko pe da krompo a wo crate sen in a day wo close to 5 crates kosua crate na ye ka say around 60-70 cedis. Multiply that by 5. Usika saying 300 Ghana cedis a day. Multiply that by 30. Usika saying in a month. once I won minute won't call her. Yeah, the two platforms and go on getting a bad. But me the call Gina stage on go on getting and I am on so name. Why catch the Kwame Piano as your friends and go to open a policies there more than one dia count trim. 1 minute one for baby.
Mama Chewing. You are trying to Ghana have poetry. Poetry are talking about. We have the local. I'm a student. I'm into agric. We have the local poetry farmers on Moham.
You say the one you be Abeka. You.
And yes, you see, let me get to me. I'm a worker. You are trying to talk about it. Say how I build a household. I'm not denying the fact. Say definitely it's going to help some people. I'm not denying the fact. But your poetry industrial system, but still it's still collapsing. You and I will bear to the fact that the poultry system in the country is still collapsing. Do you know that? Hope you know that it's still collapsing. The poultry that we produce locally in the country is way far expensive compared to the one we import. I'm not saying that solely we should import. What are we doing to reduce high price of poultry products in our country? That's what we are supposed to think about it now.
Do you know demand and supply?
I know demand and supply.
Who demand and supply?
I know demand and supply.
And to him say supply the buswa, supply the buswa demand there.
Supply is buswa.
You and near money in abundance. And what happens? Doesn't it affect the pricing?
Oh yeah, it affects pricing.
Nti asembe na aka no. Say you na ye nkukọ na nkukọ no buswa. It will affect the price. The price na be back from. Okay? You see, one thing about poultry, ya adwin course no say enye nkukọ no nko a o. Enye nkukọ no nko a say me won nkukọ 10,000 it means say me to aburo. Ah me be feed you omo. Me to serious me be feed you omo. Serious na he for na do. Enye kuafo. And I make a choice and some now started an hour cano. Okasa wouldn't name economy. Because ye produce it and coconut do doa. Ye to a broad do a creaphone so do. What you say? A bedroom baby no. Even food inflation will be affected because a brona a creaphone bedono and young coconut one a bedi wuni panon so back tobi. And they are come banquedi. Inti a bro no born so cry back from at the point near to a bro one bag 1,000 Ghana cedis under you and I won't know about Miana. What's what we had the time
and currency price nursing.
No, what check your Google. Check it yourself.
Currency price
350 Ghana.
You are
350 Ghana for the Chima market. 350 Ghana for be what the Chima non content.
You see, this whole issue about price and it's not necessary. It's not necessary. There are, I think I was even watching some documentation.
Me say from you like,
this week now I don't know the market but people are still complaining about price still being the same as compared to the previous years, although the sterling dollar ratio is somehow stabilized. I don't even know say move follow more very studio now and I'm around square.
Am I?
Yes sir.
Toothpick here say. Toothpick here say.
It will be aje.
Toothpick in 5 cedis so. But you will be on my way more. He cannot afford toothpick. Into a bed dear we no back on a dress in a nano a wool penis. Who say na uja for one quarter toothpick or back at say Onia me name what I made a quarter toothpick. The point I'm trying to make with this analogy is that in as much as say a Bruno Bona bedroom 350 there are people who still cannot afford the 350. And nothing I was saying, the policies be say eba. Na ma Bruno Bono sote. Na ma aduane bo so yafo. E ma nipa kra wo from to the lowest income earner. No nya bi, no nso timi de to aduane edie. Na betena na politics nti. Enya. Wo pese men ka den na nkyere wo.
Okay.
A champion the feed yourself, operation feed yourself by my way move. A champion. The operation feed yourself by my way mu. A boy papa. So I'm near woman. But one more near war, monoma can matter say a boy murder and a boy airful. If the 3 justice is a buy, then a dunya come at the buy. A come and at the buy. What is it justice and a shiakoko? Now imagine say at that time no near what that policy no ho me boa ena obi a won nkokon kakra wo ni fie a enti wanya aduane andi kura na wonu akosua wudi a wo men And now what you say nkokon kitenkete no unhu so mfa so die bia. And so what they planting food and jobs by. What they rallying to create jobs are rallying to them and them by no na dey bad. Na ye den. So also when mfa so ni so no na ye ho mfa so na dey. And no na ko wie ya afiri ya kotokoto board dey free say bebu ministry semete amasamaya memfa ka 20 series meto board 30 series nko amasamaya nkodi no. This is your track record when it comes to agric.
So you want to
you go to a time mo call ECOWAS ekoji eburo over 40,000 tons say bro man tua na muja na okoye man tua bro ne ka. That is your track record in agric. Fertilizers are near subsidizing at the ton at the young subsidizing near the check a for free. Mo buy mo say mo subsidize mo fa mercury for free mo beton am mercury for we na mercury for ntimi nto egu wo sa mo sesa kotugu ye. That is your track record. And ne one thing mo accuse Brian Champion say fertilizers are o de buy aban no kofa buy say o mo meche mercury for o manche one thing say na Gideon Boakoka. That is your track record in agric. That is your track record in agric. And this is better ha near can seminar. Ya mama nkasa te say ye ni o man we abra na mubu man no abra na MPP bu man no na Ghana ni dia te man num
sure
we ya wadwen say ubehu no kra ka ubehu niema MPP ye ya na enye na waka uwo input uwo reservation uwo ade bi a wo de beka nkokon ketenkete no ho amana tumpon a faka hu na ntumpon but don't rubbish it. It is not rubbish policy. It is a very good policy. Canada be ho. And Ghana for nkwada bi sorry free Canada. E kwatete apple ni toast. Tomatoes no kwatete. Chemicals no omdi gu fuo no so no is so harsh that nkwada no are not used to that nti omkwa no ma yare. Yes, entu kwan enkotena sa de num ye be ma nkoko 100 ye be ma nkoko 200 ye be ma nkoko 300 no atena Ghana ha ya yen no aton no nkakra no so nya kakra dia wo se enye na free SHS na aban no e di sika hye mu a ye tu amanfo school fees no kwan ben so na aban no be fa so nya sika na back wa mu se no de na mimi hia ni ba no a mintimi nko school ni bi mimpe school no kra kwose be ma adwen ni mu ame na aban so o ma me nkoko a wo an elite what we university say who here because the sika no koton kokon no mamia yen sika ni free me hold back now amanity of school fees no what go to yaka what is school fees what ka digital bomb say aban say be we school do ski eje aban ne kran no de ba o man no mu a enye sika ni nyina na o de to aduro no so it is subsidized enti e no so paracetamol no senka woto a obeto na bia emfa nse woto wan sidia nka ne bua nkasa aban na subsidize a ka ne bua nkasa betimi aye baby a 5 cedis ba aban na subsidize a mana ba 1 cedi enti eno so you see governance has nothing to do with certain aspect of governance. Let me put it that way. Certain aspect of governance has got nothing to do with recouping your money or making profit. What you say? Amam woni baabi wo ha enye baabi a na ye hwese na me mfa so na maboka na me mfa so abamu ye mu ne saa. What you say?
Yeah.
Nene sana nke kan $97 million na mo de ko tu cathedral amana na to ho no. Emfa so be na o man nya free saa 75 79 77 $97 million na so. Ni ebe bo Ghana ni ne de nebe boa ordinary Ghanaian na de me nua kuma ese won te ase ni ekani oforiata ne wo mabusuafo be cha de ono be kwa demonstration atana form say ya chicken oforiata
this issue need to you still mention oforiata national cathedral and everything was done through a lot of means. So if you have issue about this whole thing the OSP can say almost soon for defamation case. I don't know whether you follow that. I don't National Cathedral no OSP and Kenofrata issue there. It shouldn't be involved in this. Okay. It shouldn't be involved in this at all.
I'm bringing it on board because you said that the monies that has been allocated to what do you call it and project, the government has no way of recouping the money. And I mean, Busa say, and no echo what the ordinary Ghanaian you think the government should recoup? None you can over the government shouldn't recoup.
You don't have a defamation money currently.
I don't have what?
This guy you're suing for defamation.
Sue me and see.
Sue me and see. That's just what this case granny. Can you find this case granny? Did I just with this case granny? Mention one time just can you this case granny? Mention one. Mention one. The national cathedral you are talking about say we have Digo. It's not only who. Get me right. Picture now we came on my bohon architect and joy. Get it. Surveyor and a virtual land no. Get all these things right. And that's national cathedral up to now. People could be multiple question I understand about this national cathedral thing. All this I did just games can move play. You are talking about back to the agriculture. Definitely, it's going to support household. My second is going to support household.
Okay.
Such policy, BBC SRP within 2014. Debena minimum. So 2014, you were still the Debena minimum. The Guinea project, which was still done by the same person. The Debena minimum. And a similar one is coming on board. Where's the means one way you that question that one is fine. Don't just come here. Kenofuriata, National Cathedral, they are all not necessary.
And no one kind. Now say train Makasa.
I've been looking for something.
Me say now train now say train Makasa. I'm wonya what do you call it? Enyina so dey aka wasem. Ndi me kan enyina so nya ne Kenofuriata dey no. And no need so nya.
I make sure say Kenofuriata dey no and danche. Similar policy work police definitely it has its own what merit and demerit. But with this one similar thing has happened. It's demerit oversight its merit.
Would you say more politicians more dey hwamo?
In what way?
Sir, what can confirm as me boa? And I mention me can planting for food and jobs as me boa. Na nya planting for food and jobs e bia no untumi gi 10 million so okodo aburo ba akokra mai. Enya me nubia. Enya nubia. Amare nubia na za enya nubia. And this is what
yeah, share last topic.
What now you choose you choose to pick and choose what suits your argument now better can. Me know what the whole day.
Meaning
okay NDC there. Huh? Many NPP there 200 I catch. Because me started say me pay politics no. Then you 2016.
Mate.
Alan Chairman e boa Ghana sika no so or the kodua banche. Am here dey start your friend saying alcohol every more Ghana ha.
Okay.
Banche ba ko kura free banche mako banche 1. Yeah nya free mu. Banche 1 say nga o de ye ntu banche no ba ko ne mfa makofo say wo na ye mampani. De fa ko fufu na ni obusuafo ni. Banche ba ko kura free mu ama. What you can confirm us? Who can confirm us because when if it 2016.
Let's look at our last topic. The August helicopter crash. The investigations are out. The reports is out. And have you read through the
yes,
report?
I have. I won't say I've gone through the report, but I've gone through the summary.
Okay.
Versions of the report.
Okay. And what did you make of?
Well, let me calm down. This
yeah,
this issue is quite emotional for me because there are people involved in the accident that I had some kind of engagement with prior to the accident and all that. So you see what the report sought to do was not to lay the blame on one person. What I found reading the report was the blame was laid on the system as a systematic failure than an individual mistake or something that somebody could have done that he didn't do. And for that reason, talking about this issue, we cannot just brush it aside without blaming the politicians and how we've played politics with this plane na essay, yakoto plane way na plane na faha, and I didn't know so much essay na. That helicopter was supposed to carry the president on that day. I'm not saying that people who died are less important. I'm not saying the people that died are less important.
Yeah.
They are very equally important. But we all know that the president has priority over all. And nuntina, ye fa soldier for ne, opposite for so more president no ban ye kwada kra na crime kra ye ni bi we fi no. You get it?
Yeah.
So if we look at this and you look at the report and the recommendations, I'm coming just a second. I have it on my phone. If you look at the recommendation, the number one is modernize the fleet of the Ghana Air Force with aircraft equipped with terrain avoidance and warning systems and advanced navigation system. Advanced navigation system. Why have we sat in this country over the years without having these things? We have to understand that the people who do this don't do this because they want to. They do this for our safety. So therefore now they use to plane no. Omo use it because omo kon na don omo use to plane no. But omo use to say omo de be boy yen ho ban.
Okay.
Say BBC na ye hia say LFT soldiers mo ko onko ko a plane na ye de be go omo ye de omo betum. And the other thing na ye make you more life or the equipment that they use to work good. Put it in good working conditions. Yeah, mom, the best of tools to make sure that they discharge their duties effortlessly.
Okay.
Plane now no mutim no say e ba from krana. Plane ntimi na let say plane name ba from.
Okay. Yeah, some.
So this whole issue has been something that we need to take a look at it and remove politics. You need politics in film because soldier for friends saying MPs ne ministers na na plane no any enim omo political color soldier for na na plane no nipa miensa no obi anim party omo don.
Okay.
What the fan say NDC wish MPP debt na MPP wish NDC debt and this NDC ni wu a NDC MPP ni enye hwema no and I say NPP ni wu a NDC ni enye hwema no but soldier for na ye nim omo political affiliation na ebi wo kra won to aba ebi kra na Jehovah Witness on to aba and so san say o man na di ni hwamonti the country Ghana has failed them.
Okay.
So we have to take a critical look at these things and equip it. Send ye sikano baby e will be a bossy akran ye kwakobo and advanced military aircraft. Equip ya dini ye dia momo. Momi emphasa akwan so ni enye. Na emfa asundue ne etrimu fine emfa mra soldier for na juma because say me a pilot. So na makan me Air Force pilot na makan sa dey we ya me ko fa me helicopter na kra say me ko ba bia mi suro say me a pilot a mabusu afo nti nen kwa camera design maka say adwuma na magyan na me ko tena we mi na mi nko mi wu a na o man na skirmishes aden ye scholarship ama omba na scholarship na wo ya ma me ma no that cannot compare with me being alive to guide my children's growth or to see them grow. No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Max.
That's the aircraft crash.
Yeah.
It's not like the country is just aging without growing. Every year, we are a number of years now, then keep on counting without we growing. Always see a time we busy and then
they take action.
Yeah, take action. See, I've just read through the reports when they were announcing to the general public. I was also listening as well. I've get to know. I think the main cause of the crash was due to weather. I said, a country who is 58 years old, airplane weather just causing accident. I know weather in the aerospace sector, weather is something that they don't take it slightly. Definitely, I know that. But you see, the saddest part of it most is plane ever president, aircraft ever president. They were going by. I don't know whether so follow on now here. They were not using coordinate to navigate their way. They were just using their own eyes. Virtual means to navigate their way. So I was like, plane ever president. There is no air traffic. BBM one of my coordinates. Yeah, directed pilot. Aside the plane, normal most of the parts maybe I descended. They won't alert. Aside all these factors, a plane doesn't have no. Fine. What are they doing? Aside when they ever say a serious, I don't say this same thing. If care is not taken, if the media do not stand up, this same thing now. My next pilot obeko still now obey his virtual means to navigate instead of the coordinate. Airplane to power you bearing coordinate and staff to navigate their own ways. Such a high profile person, president, ministers, no to most pilot in his own eye. Like the country is not serious.
Okay.
Imagine weather the flight was delayed due to weather condition. You know the weather is no good in the southern part. Definitely the more now Oko East and the weather keeps on becoming Obia or Pal Obia or BN say if you can be you definitely get to know more in conform they will give you insight say the weather
this way and that.
Still now you try to use virtual means. I don't know the reason why. Report nature said the flight wasn't really at fault. Pilots they rested to 24 hours a day before. After say flying, the flight is limited to 10 hours flights a week. All these things were reporting. Flights are not from here. The problem wasn't from that side. The problem mainly was from what? The weather. Okay. I don't know the main reason why. If weather you want or the factor they don't take it slightly as a makanda. But there are ways and means of making me this incident wouldn't have happened. It has already happened. But what are we looking at? The nearby future. There are ways and means a bit this thing wouldn't have happened.
Repeat itself.
How can plane a high profile person, not pilot? Maybe now who's a Charlie plane not pilot and I say you the virtual means now and I be other or chicken or share mirror screen I check say it shouldn't happen. I think
and the advanced cars crash alert lane assist who feel lane more alert who feel lane
so almost the any couple the coordinate grammar and I bear movie power say movie this not come movie this direction movie through this direction but on why I got and now it shouldn't have happened. Now I'm really sad and I think that this is not the only one that happened. Definitely there are more happening in the public want to say BBC and they should act. And that's how much is a serious now. They'll bring another report. And I think after say report about we all have the country at heart. I think the president should make sure say the vacuum Mr. Baba, the former defense minister, equity it should be filled. I think so, if it's been filled, I think the finance minister and the finance ministry and the defense ministry are them big issue. See, people occupy very very tedious. See, vacuum equity, it should be filled. Maybe you should get someone to come and fill that place for the country to run very smoothly. I think this incident could happen at Ewak. If we get responsible minister to occupy the ministry, and also knowledge necessary certain actions are and all these things are happen currently. I know say it's still happening. They should try to act and prevent such possible incidents in the nearby future.
All right, thank you. So I think that's where we end the show. But before we leave, Steve, any last words?
Let me say a very good morning to my people, TMP.
Okay.
Every day. They make sure I come here looking
dapper.
Looking new. I won't say dapper.
Okay.
I come here looking new. So, in case, my guy, if you need kaftan, just let me know and then I'll hook you up. Says the MP before the more be said the akoko open the debo me abeto ha ne de osono na to accredit me any nyina.
Okay.
One penny is still wom kra na stela. One penny is still wom nyina be ya mom.
Sure.
And now my own penny is still wom. Penny is still wom. And I can't tie.
Max, your last words. A very good morning to your listeners and viewers as well.
Sure.
And I'm always greetings to Amasaman Kamal. Okay. Amasaman Bruni, as popularly known. He's the constituency Nasara. Okay. And a very good morning to my very own Amasaman Starboy. May God richly bless them wherever they are.
All right, and a good morning to you, and we thank you for sticking through with us throughout the show. But that's why we call the curtains on the show. We will come your way same time tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.